You guys are fucking weird. Why?
I know. That's what
talking
I was
about
saying. I was like, I
music.
don't know.
It's very
The energy is
important to
like
some of us.
wild right now.
We're talking
I
about
don't know
music. We're
what's
singing the
going
fucking
on.
hamster
Oh,
dance.
we're live.
And we're
Holy
already
shit.
live, yes.
Realized we were live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome
Hi.
back. Welcome back to the game. I hope everybody's doing good. Hello. Let's fucking get into it. Welcome back to Waterdeep. Welcome back to Dragon Heist. Welcome back to Fortune and Favor. My friends, we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna introduce ourselves, just because it's still early in the campaign yet, and there's probably some new people who don't know what the hell's going on. My name is Michael. I'm the Dungeon Master. I am being played by the Weg Venturer, as you can see right here. Next up, let's talk to Holland.
Hello. I am Holland, and I'm going to be playing Calypso/Rune, question mark?
Not question. I think we've fully established that by now.
Calypso/Rune, exclamation point.
There we go. Next up, Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jesse, and I'm playing Amadeo, question mark.
No.
Amadeo, exclamation point.
Hooray! Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian, and I'm playing Allegra, who's totally not a problem or anything. She's just a cute little bird girl that doesn't do any stabbing or anything like that.
No
Just a
stabbing,
cute
no
bird
Never
girl.
stealing.
murdered.
No, she's pretty good now with the stealing, you know, especially when she has cute men of high standing who's an accomplice. Wink.
Yeah, you tend to make people accomplices. Next up, Lainey.
Hello, I'm Lainey, and I'm playing Kaita for now, question
I
mark?
swear
I'm
to
kidding.
fucking God.
I know, I'm sorry,
I'm gonna have
sorry.
to wipe you guys again.
I know. Okay, anyway, yep, that's Kaita, our fire genasi artificer. Yeah.
All right, and Max, welcome back.
It's me, Max, I'm playing Zephyr, period.
Great.
Okay, we get it. You're the favorite child, whatever.
What the fuck? All right.
You're not doing it for now.
Yeah, not for now. He seems pretty confident that I can't kill him tonight.
I don't believe me. Those birds, traumatized.
God, that was as written, too. I didn't change a fucking thing, and you guys got absolutely murdered by the first encounter in the game. So, well, technically
Dude,
the second.
I'm doing fine.
We're doing great now.
You're doing fine now.
We're about to get so rich. We're about to get so rich.
That's true.
Look, maybe if Allegra had
yeah.
a better, like, you know, some support, you know, and everyone's a little bit beefier, you know, it's great.
It's great.
It's great.
All right, my
Maybe
friends.
someone needs some bardic inspiration more often.
Wow. You got something to say to that, Bard?
This pizza's really good.
Wow.
All right, with that, I guess we'll end the session, I guess. No, let's get started.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. My friends, a lot of stuff happened last week, and Max Zephyr was not here for it. Zephyr was unconscious in a pillow fort. So, who, for a point of inspiration, would like to give me a full recap of what happened last session?
Ooh, me. I'm just kidding.
No, I was
did
about
that.
to
I'm not
actually
doing it again.
volunteer. Oh, okay. I was about to volunteer
were-
you for that role because you did it so well the last time.
Oh, but now
Do
there's
it.
people listening, and I don't know.
You know what? That's so fair.
If no
I
one
can do
else
a
will,
little
I'm
bit of
happy
it.
to do
I'll
that.
give the recap, guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zephyr, you give the recap.
Holland, for the sake of expediency, it might be you.
I think you're
Are
just
you
gonna do
sure?
it.
Okay, cool. So, last time on the Golden Gambit, Fortune and Favor, the Golden Gambit.
Whatever the fuck it's called.
Session 3, we are now in session 4. We all woke up, or 3 of our friends woke up. Allegra, Amadeo, and Kaita realized that they were all tied up and found by the essential guard/police force of Waterdeep, and were being asked a lot of questions. There was someone who seemed to have saved them at the time. They didn't quite know who it was, but we find out that it is Renaer Neverember, the son of the previous Lord of Waterdeep. They also were looking for their friend Calypso, not seeing them anywhere nearby except for that possible gray-skinned changeling-looking person on the bed, And then Kite remembers a little bit of a weird thing where the book kind of exploded right before she passed out. They have a bit of a back and forth with not really wanting to tell the police much, but mentioning that they're looking for somebody named Floon, and say that the police aren't going fast enough in their search. Meanwhile, Calypso/Rune has a very interesting conversation with the disembodied voice that essentially uses a 9th level spell that we definitely don't have access to resurrect Rune from the dead in rune form, which definitely causes a bit of chaos for everybody. In the meantime, there's an old wizard that comes in named Blessed Wind who thinks that's weird, and we definitely don't tell him what's up, and he's not suspicious of us at all. After that, we pick up our unconscious friend Zephyr and head to Allegra's house, Madame Selinka's. Have a bit of a sleepover, do our hair braids, get our nails done, find out about a golden amulet that has been stolen. I believe we fixed that afterwards, or maybe we found that before. Don't remember
I believe
which.
that was later.
Later on. Okay. Let's see. I'm going through all of my notes. We end up in these sewers, finding the Xanathar sewer system. We do some searching and deflecting of a random halfling named, what was his name? It was like Connor or Jim or something.
It was
I don't know.
Roscoe or Button,
Roscoe.
depending on your name convention.
Roscoe or Button. And we narrowly escape that encounter. But then he gets a little suspicious when other people find us and start shouting. We have a very murderous bird rogue on our hands, and end up finding Floon, who is currently being talked to by an odd orcish/half-orc man and a mind flayer. Thankfully, we don't fight the mind flayer. We do fight everybody else and kill them, and we take Floon out, knowing the fact that we could have died so easily by the mind flayer's hands, and they didn't kill us.
That was so impressive. That was like
Did we get it?
so impressive.
Thank you so much. I'm so tired now. Okay, goodbye, guys.
All right, okay, we'll see everybody next week.
So much more
Great
concisive
session, guys.
than what
Was there
Taylor
anything
does.
else?
No, that was it.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
you got the entire thing.
Hell yeah, dudes. I'm the wizard note taker for a reason.
Hooray! Take yourself a point of inspiration.
You
Fuck
earned
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna need it when I die again.
Yay!
Rip.
Okay, with that, let's jump in, shall we?
Yeah.
On the border of the dock, trade, and castle wards of Waterdeep stands an honorable knight. This massive statue, once meant to be a protector, now stands ever at ease, gazing out to the harbor beyond the hustle and bustle of the city proper. By the statue's colossal foot is a small iron plate, granting access to the city's sewer system. As tourists and townsfolk patter about the gargantuan knight, the manhole cover begins to shift. With force, the cover lifts and clatters to the side, as one by one our bloody and filthy party emerges. Bringing up the rear, we see two men who could be brothers, one carrying the other over his shoulders, hoisting up his horribly battered doppelganger to the street level before climbing out himself. This is Floon. Floon, who has been rescued by all of you, including Renaer Neverember, the man who helped carry him out. You have all found your quarry, the person who went missing, and won the day. The question is, what are you going to do now?
Immediately prestidigitate myself to get the filth and blood off.
All the stink and poo and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I got it too, so like
Prestidigitation
Prestig-
all around. All around.
everybody
Same.
gets
Just
the
cantrip over cantrip.
prestidigitation
Mhm.
for a good job.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think as you guys are kind of like, for all intents and purposes, dusting yourselves off, everybody around you, like, just kind of scatters, like, oh god, what? They came out of the sewer, what the fuck is going on? And they also
And
see
this
this
is-
very bloody man.
And this is why you shouldn't gather around tourist traps. All I'm saying.
Michael,
Yeah.
is Floon is upright, right? Like,
Barely, but yes, he is conscious.
okay, they don't need like spare the dying or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Okay, all right.
As you kind of all are dusting yourselves off, you see Floon, who is kind of being propped up by Neverember, and he just says, "Who are you people? What in the world was that?"
Well, that was a rescue mission, obviously.
Rescue?
We were hired by your friend, Volo.
Volo? I thought that... Well, I'm surprised to say the least, but I guess thank you.
Not a problem. See, we, out of the goodness of our hearts, saved you and would love to take you to Volo. You know, maybe we can all thank him profusely for directing us to your need.
I'm just surprised that he wanted to save me after I busted his ass at cards so much that night.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure beating someone at cards doesn't mean they want you dead. Most of the time, I think.
Insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. Her eyes pin.
Yeah, so how badly did you beat him?
19.
Like,
He's being a little bit, cheeky about it. Like, he had a great night with Volo, but he's still surprised that
Yeah, just a guy.
yeah, that it was just some guy that he met would actually want to stage a rescue operation.
There's got to be something else to it.
But Allie kind of purses her lips a little bit, but she doesn't. I don't think she says anything at that.
Sure.
I would want to save him.
Maybe we can find Volo so that, you can thank Volo, and we can thank Volo, and Volo can thank us.
That's right. Thanking us is very important, that part.
Yes, I mean, do you folks know where he might be?
Surely he told us where.
We could try the yawning portal again.
Yeah, he said he would just meet you guys back at the yawning portal.
To the portal!
The
Finger
yawning
up in the air.
portal? I'm not exactly welcome, but I suppose we could pop in and out.
why are you not welcome?
Well, people don't really appreciate when certain gambling games tend to go on as they sometimes do. I'm sure it's fine. It was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jin, should we pick up Zephyr on the way? Or check in, at least?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you didn't meet him, but, he
Yeah,
was...
we should probably go get him. I mean, I can just pop
It's
in
right
real
next
quick.
door. It's right next door, so it's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Did
If
we
not-
say where we were going to meet Volo? Did he say the
Yawning
yawning
portal.
portal?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so shall we go there?
Yes,
Off we
yes,
go.
I'm sure everything will be
Onward.
just fine.
Why wouldn't it be?
You can roll me an insight if you'd like.
Just, that's literally what Amadeo says.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
Let's see, insight.
I'll let
Normal.
Allegra's roll over from this, but you
Fuck it,
kind
I
of
don't-
get what
10?
you kind of get what Floon is putting down. Floon's a bit of a card shark. He's a bit of a hustler when it comes to gambling games, and that probably got him in trouble at the Yawning Portal last time he was there, which is probably why he was drinking at a horrible dive bar with Volo.
Yeah. I think like Allie kind of like wiggles her way in, and she kind of asks up at Floon.
So, how bad is your debt?
My debt? Well, I was doing just fine. I was up for the last few days. Of course, when they bloody took me, they took my coin purse, so I'd imagine I'd back to square one. He kind of pats at his pockets, and yeah, he's skint.
And we don't have to go in the yawning portal, but we definitely have to at least go there so that Volo can see that you're alive and mostly whole for the most part.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Speaking of which, is any of you perhaps a healer? He coughs up a tooth.
Oh, here you go, buddy.
Renair, you like to do cards with your best buddy. How bad do you think the debt is?
I wouldn't know. I played a few rounds with Floon, and he was doing quite well, to the point where we decided it would be best to leave, but that's right before we were taken.
I don't think he's in debt, I just think he's persona non grata.
And Persona non grata got 9 hit points back.
Amazing! He's fine now. So yeah, are you guys heading to the yawning portal?
Yes.
Or we could ask Volo to come to Selinka's.
Do that too. We would just have to go by the yawning portal to grab Volo first.
I can bring Floon to supper. It'll
It's
be
like a
nice
good
and
idea.
cozy.
Whatever works best, of course. I don't want to be a burden any more than I have been.
No, not a burden. Not a burden. Points at him, not a burden.
Yeah.
A money bag.
Or this is a life-changing event, right?
I suppose it is.
She taps his chest. I'm gonna roll. Can I roll like persuasion?
Yeah, for what?
Like,
are you persuading him?
Life-changing, life-changing events.
Are you trying to get Floon to turn over a new leaf?
Yeah, this is like really terrible. I've never really seen that weird tentacle monster thing. It made me feel weird. And then when, Amadeo did that thing, I don't think you saw it wiggle like that. I think it was laughing. That's really weird. I don't think you should get involved in this stuff anymore.
Go ahead, roll persuasion.
Allie, that wasn't great either. 11.
I take your point. I'll only be drinking in reputable establishments from now on.
What is that supposed to mean?
And then
Yeah, Floon,
Smash cut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Floon-
reputable location.
Floon feels great, and he just starts kind of walking down the street. But yes, we'll smash cut to the block of the yawning portal. What's the plan? Who's doing what?
I think Allegra is taking Floon to Zephyr, and then
I'll go get Volo since I'm the one that started that dang talk to him in the first place.
I'll go with as well.
Okay,
I'll go with Allegra then.
sure. So we'll say that you, Rune and Allegra go back to Zephyr. You will find him conscious, and you can do the major info dump then, while everybody is waiting, and then we can play out if Zephyr has any questions. But for now, we're gonna go with Amadeo and Kaita, who are going into the yawning portal.
go for it.
So yeah, if you make your way back into the yawning portal, you see it is still quite busy, despite the fact that it's about midday at this point. Actually, no, it's probably a little bit later. It's probably getting on to evening. It's about to kind of ramp up in business. Amadeo, you see out of the corner of your eye over at the stage, 3 strings getting set up for his concert for the night.
Fucking Christians.
You see a lot of the kind of usual suspects everywhere. Yagra is there with her charge. They're drinking. You see Durnan feverishly scrubbing at glasses to avoid having conversations with people. Bonnie kind of running the front. And then up at the bar, you see the man himself. You see Volo, who doesn't take notice of you quite yet. What do you want to do?
I'm going to just walk up to him from behind, throw my hands out on either side, and say, "Volo, guess what?"
Oh, he almost like spills his beer. But he turns and he says, "You're back.
Of course we're back.
Do you have any news?"
Yes, actually, I would like you to come with us.
To come with you, I suppose. Where are we going?
Oh, just next door. Don't worry about it too much.
Yes, the question is which establishment next door?
Amadeo's going to like gesture to the direction in which the place is. You know, like with like a sly finger. You know, kind of like over there.
Ah, I see. Well, I don't usually make it a point to go to such establishments, but well,
It's first time for everything.
it's in the interest of learning what news you have. I suppose we can. Durnan, on my tab, if you please. And Durnan just kind of like grumbles and takes Volo's glass away as Volo stands to accompany you.
Fantastic. You know, it was very, very, very interesting what we saw.
Yes, perhaps mum's the word until we find somewhere more private, yes?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, you did promise to write the story.
Yes, and I shall get my quill.
Promised some other stuff as well, so
Yes.
excited for that.
All in due time, all in due time. Now, please, did you find him?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, lead the way.
And
And
we
off
will
we go.
lead him to this nice establishment.
This
that
very
I'm
nice
going-
Beautiful establishment.
It's such a nice establishment.
Okay, we're gonna cut over to the nice establishment now. It's full of day drinkers and you know, the evening crowd, the not quite nighttime. Salinka's really starts to light up after midnight, but it's not quite there yet. It's kind of the
It's
late
happy
afternoon
hour,
crowd.
baby.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot more drinking than partying is going on so far. But Allegra and Rune, you, Renair, and Floon make your way into the building. What are you just going straight up to the room?
Well, yeah, I don't have any money or anything, so I think unless Selinka gives me the death glare again, I think Allegra's going to try to titter off with her new friends.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check for your group.
All right, let's
Oh, no.
go.
They better be
stealth
paying.
check.
Wait, are we not allowed to be here right now?
16.
16, yeah, it's
Are you paying?
Salinka is probably in her office. You don't really see her on the floor, so you can very quickly scoot your way upstairs without having to confront your boss.
Okay, great, awesome. All right,
Uh,
and we go.
You make your way back to your room, and Zephyr, you find yourself awakening in a strange secondary location, surrounded by pillows. Roll me I guess a history check.
Sure. Oh, Foundry is being fun. One moment.
Are you on edit mode?
No, I'm on gray screen mode.
Oh,
no.
that's fun.
Yeah, I was tabbed into the Twitch, and then I tabbed back in. And
Yeah,
wasn't
close it
working.
out and reopen it.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Oh, the music's get good again.
I love this music.
Yeah, it must be 3 strings.
Yeah.
Get the fuck up!
Shut up!
Sorry.
There's only room enough on the stage for one bard.
And he's got a
Well, I
lute
mean,
with 3
depends on
strings
how
on
well-
it.
Nah!
How we doing,
You
Max?
really walked into that one.
Foundry is being a slow thing.
Slow thing.
Do you have any physical dice?
Yeah, I mean, I can just roll it, so we can speed this along.
Yeah, it's not exactly a consequential roll. Just go ahead and give me a roll.
All right. Oh well, that's a 3. So
Great.
plus my I think 0 intelligence score. Doing great.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of place this ought to be, but you know it smells nice.
Smells like ladies. Smells like girls, girls, girls.
Girls. As your group kind of makes your way inside the room, carrying or not carrying, because Floon is fine now. Walking with Floon, Renair, you guys can kind of take the time to recap Zephyr on everything that's happened since the Kenku fight. Zephyr, do you have any questions for the team?
Probably after hearing that they got into like a brawl where there was like kind of a mind flayer, just like like about I would be like I would dig on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they don't have much to provide.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. You get your information that you got in the recap, and then we will move on. As Amadeo, as Kaita, and as Volo make their way inside and up the stairs to this increasingly cramped room, what do you guys all do? You open the door and lead Volo inside.
And
Cozy in here.
There he is, alive and well.
Volo, you old bastard! I hardly believed it when I heard that you'd sent them after me. Oh, yes, Floon, I'm glad to see that you're all right. They kind of give a bro hug, and he turns to see everyone else, and he says, Volo says, thank you all so very, very much. You've done such a wonderful thing this day. Now, if everything is in order, Floon, you'd probably best get back to wherever it was I'm sorry, is that Renair Neverember? They kind of like run into each other. They introduce themselves. Both of them seem to be fans of the other. And eventually, like, Volo will check in with Floon, make sure that he's all right. And Floon will, unless somebody wants to hold him to it, Floon will take his leave. Having thoroughly thanked everybody in the room, but he has no business here at Selinka's, especially since he has no money. He is making his way back home to have a nice long rest.
Well deserved.
Yeah, of course. Unless anybody has any questions for the man.
I want to insight that interaction again, because Allegra caught that, like, she thought it was weird that Volo would just want to save just some random dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she would, like, try to, like, see, like, okay, like, maybe he's something personal to Volo. Never mind.
They're just guys being dudes. They're just bros.
She doesn't care. She's distracted.
I was hoping before he left I could catch Floon and just ask if he had any more information about where the fuck the mind flayer came from, and what it had to do with kidnapping. Like, was it just circumstantially a part of Xanathar's group, or was it like instrumental in getting him? Anything from that perspective, if he knows.
He kind of says that he's not quite sure. That he barely saw the thing in between beatings, but that it just seemed to be there kind of presiding over everything. Chances are it's one of Xanathar's lieutenants, who, why did I say it the British way? Lieutenants, and is probably in charge of that particular hideout. But it didn't appear and take him at the Zentarim hideout, and he's not really sure what level of authority it had.
Gotcha. Okay. And I guess in particular, I know that they were beating him and asking him questions about not the necklace necessarily, but about how to get the treasure. Was there anything in particular he could tell us about that before he left?
Yeah. Let me double check here with my notes.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, he says that a lot of the questions are were things that he did not understand. Something to
Okay.
the effect of where are the dragons being held? What's the key? Saying something about something interesting that does come up. They said something to the effect of, "We have the stone, but what do you do with it?" So the phrase "the stone"
Gotcha.
was thrown around.
Okay.
But that's
I
all
think
that
Rune
he
takes
has.
note
Yeah.
of that.
Well, I'm guessing that stone is probably whatever was in the locket.
Probably.
Max is just restarting his stuff. He'll be back soon.
Well, does anybody else have any questions for him?
Yeah, if
think I'm
anybody's
good.
got questions for Floon, you're more than welcome to. He might dip for a bit, but he will also he will basically leave his information. You guys are now good friends with Floon Blagmar, so if you need him for anything, you can always find him.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Okay.
Not to
A
be
real friend.
Oh, not to be rude or anything. You mentioned something to the effect of 100 dragons, something like that. Upon, yeah. Any word on that, Volo? Or now that you've clearly seen Floon.
Ah, yes, of course. Of course. Never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Yes, what I have here for you is I must confess something to you. I have but few coins to spare. I frankly did not think that you would finish quite so quickly. I am waiting on an advance for my next book, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Spectres, that is. So I'm afraid I'm not exactly what you might call liquid at the moment, but as I say, I do have something for you. Allow me to present you something much more valuable. And with that, he kind of like reaches into his big ass, almost like a carpet bag, and he pulls out a tube, a scroll tube of some kind. And he says, "Now, if you'll permit me," he kind of like smooths out an area of the floor and uncorks this tube, and rolls out a large, official-looking document. And he says, "This here is far more valuable than any gold I could have offered."
And it is.
What is it?
Is it a treasure map?
Oh, by the gods, no, it's something much, much more, solvent, I suppose. This is the deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. We'll need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership. I'll arrange a meeting with one after you've inspected the estate and deemed it satisfactory. But for your instrumental role in bringing Floon back home, this is all yours now.
Curious, what is the actual property value of this deed?
Oh, it is endless. It has unlimited possibilities.
No, but I'm talking
In
about the
gold.
actual monetary value of this place. I'm just
Well, I confess I'm not a property surveyor of any kind, but as a speculator, I can say that this is probably worth many thousands of gold. A 3-level manor in the North Ward.
What street?
Ah, that is the beauty. It has its own lovely little cul-de-sac. It is away from the main hustle and bustle and thoroughfare of the town, in a place called Troll Skull Alley.
History check.
Go ahead.
Same, if that's okay.
Same.
And I don't know this too.
Yeah, everybody.
Do us locals get advantage?
Yes, your locals can get advantage.
Yes.
Yay!
Would I be
Wow,
considered a local?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
14?
Double 13s, y'all. For 19 in total.
21 wins
Solid 10.
out. With a 19 with
I read a lot.
yeah, with a 19 and with a 21, you've never heard of this place.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
You said Troll Skull Alley.
Yes, the deed to the property is a place known as Troll Skull Manor. It was once a very popular tavern in the North Ward, one of the most thriving of all.
So I might be wrong, but I don't remember reading about that at all in the multitude of brochures that I researched, including yours. So I don't know if it exists.
Does it have a stage?
Well, it is a ripe property, good for new renovation and refurbishment. I don't see why it couldn't. Most taverns do. Those that are worth their salt, at least.
it's ours.
Exactly. A whole place that you to call your own. A business potential through the roof, as it were.
Honestly,
Her eyes pin excitedly.
that sounds pretty okay to me.
I'm not complaining.
Yes, I thought you might see it that way. Now, shall we go and investigate while there is still light?
Yes, I will say we will need to check the actual value of the property just to make sure we're not being shortchanged or anything on our deal.
Absolutely. Like I said, Volo is a man of his word. This is worth much more than any gold I could have promised you, I assure you.
Oh my god.
I still need.
I mean, it's a home, so
Can I do like a surface level insight check on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, nope. Don't know shit.
Sounds great.
Zephyr's like,
Yep, no, I'm still just like, oh.
Let's just go look at the place. Let's look at the place and we'll make a determination.
Sounds good
Seems
to
like a
me.
good idea.
All right, and Volo will take you out on the town. It'll take you probably about an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer walking to get there. As you head north on Snail Street, up to the high road, Waterdeep Way, continuing north on the high road, up past this weirdly labeled Amadeo's neighborhood. Amadeo wishes, but all right, moving on.
No, I live there.
All right, yeah, right next to the cemetery. That actually makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's getting.
sometimes you need people to play music for like funerals and shit. So
They're getting up there in age too.
Following the high road all the way to the north, to the north, to the north, to the north. Taking a right on Delzorin Street, to left on Windborne Way, and right on Tower March, until you find a pleasant little cul-de-sac. I wouldn't call it a rundown part of town. It's the North
Are you sure it's
Ward.
not this one, the one with all the green?
No, there's not really a lot of greenery to be found in this
or
area.
like this one, there's green over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far. That's certainly got to be part of the property value. There's
it's in walking distance.
within walking distance of greenery. Sure.
no, it's fine. No, I'm just that's just me being an asshole.
Oh, I know.
I think Allie is in dreaming mode.
Yeah.
She's just thinking of like all the things she can do because I think regardless of whatever this place looks like, I think it's better than the hole in the wall room that she's in.
Yeah, and you won't be renting it. You'll be owning.
And I think
Yeah,
Kaita is in the
exactly.
same place.
So yeah,
Her
I think,
tiny
like,
place in the dock
she's-
ward.
She's just buzzing right now, as like a street kid.
Yeah, and as you you kind of make your way in there, you come in from the north into Troll Skull Alley itself, and let's take a look at the street. Why don't we?
Oh, we have a picture?
It's gonna look like Diagon Alley.
Everybody loading in, all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, is that her?
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is where I
that
live.
her?
I live on top. I live in the green area.
Welcome to Troll Skull Alley. Alley and friends. Volo will kind of walk you down. All the while he was talking about how magnificent a deal he got on this place. He managed to get it at an auction for a foreclosure at far cheaper than anyone ought to have gotten it. He still had to outbid somebody. But regardless, it is a wonderful neighborhood. Lots of families nearby. He's given the whole spiel. He's given the elevator pitch. Until you make your way up to Troll Skull Manor itself. A massive building. Let's see if we can get a good description of it. Is there no description of Troll Skull Manor? Are you fucking stupid?
Oh my god.
Dude, whatever. You see 4 stories tall and boasting balconies, a turret, and 5 chimneys. This building is one of the grandest in all of Troll Skull Alley. What you do notice as you make your way up to the building, Volo kind of brings you up onto the in front of the front door and says, "My friends, welcome to Troll Skull Manor." And you look through the windows, through the slats on the windows, I should say, through the boards and the broken glass, into a building absolutely within ruins. Chairs and tables are smashed. The fireplace, like the hearth, is all but destroyed. The bar is covered in thick layers of dust and cobwebs. This building looks like it's been abandoned for at least a decade. And he says, "What a wonderful place for you to host your own guild, to refurbish into a wonderful bar. Please take a look. Look to your heart's content."
Yeah.
Amadeo's not going to be able to hold their expression. Like, it's just going to be like, oh my god, kind of face, just looking around.
It's perfect. And Allie runs inside the first door she sees.
You try to. How do you bust it down?
I have thieves' tools.
It's more so than that. It's not that it's locked. It's that the doors are boarded up. Thank you, Morgan, for the subs. I really appreciate it.
Yay. Okay. She will find. If not, she can go real gremlin mode if she wants to. Like, her eyes are pinning like crazy. The rest of you can see this like easy. The Ardling is yeah, the pigeon is, she's cooing. You can just hear her naturally doing that. And she's gonna look at the next floor, and I'm wondering if I can use my feature to do my little bird jump.
Okay.
See if I can get to a roof, to one of those funny chimneys.
As you're kind of scouting all of this, I want everybody else's reaction. What does everybody else think about this place?
Well, it's a real fixer-upper, huh?
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, no, go ahead, please.
No, I think Kaita is like in response to that, like nods, and it's like this weird mix of like excitement because there's this huge property and that's cool, but also we don't have the money to repair anything. So it's like the logistics versus that just going around in her brain. So it's like the wide eyes and then narrow eyes and then wide eyes and then narrow eyes.
How bad is like the exterior, like the actual like foundation of this building?
Roll me an investigation check.
You're gonna slap it and say it has good bones.
Maybe.
Slap. This baby can fit so many quests in it.
All right, just casual 10.
The building's still standing.
No, oh, that's not what I wanted to hear.
It looks fucking rough, guys. It looks really nasty.
You you're about to see if it's could fit an Ardling, in the chimney.
Yeah. So Allegra, go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay, let's see if I fit.
While she's doing that, I think that Rune is taking notes on every single thing that they see that needs to be fixed.
Perfect.
And then on a different page, starting to try to they don't know a lot about money stuff, but trying to add up the possible percentages of what that might look like.
Fair enough.
To just start bare bones.
I think Kaita looks over Rune's shoulder, takes out a pencil, and starts doing some of that math in the margins.
You're just working together, trying to mathematize this.
I
Allegra,
don't quite know much about numbers.
Yeah.
Allegra, you stand up on
Roll the chair.
one of the banisters, like one of the railings, to try to jump up to the balcony and flap your wings. But as you jump, the banister completely cracks and crumbles under you. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
What? Let's
You
go.
fucking fall.
Yeah, flat on your
Okay.
ass. Like, it's not even funny. I mean, it's a little
Oh,
funny,
damn.
but
Can't even use my reaction. She falls on her butt, and she just goes
Is this just
she
in
almost
front of
looks
all of us?
offended.
the amount of
then she
dust
look-
that rises when that happens is ridiculous.
She makes a cute sneeze.
Oh, careful, careful. This place has not been properly surveyed. So I would exercise caution if you're going to explore, but I'm sure we couldn't get one of these doors open. I have a magistrate on the way. They should be meeting us here in the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. So please inspect to your heart's content, and then we can get this deed signed over.
Magistrate
Yes.
will survey the place, right?
Yes, we're just going to have a little conversation as a group and see our visions together. Yes, you wait right here, Volo.
Oh, yes, of course. Renair Neverember has come as well, and he looks really, really worried for all of you.
Kaita, that's a lot of zeros. Are you sure?
Huddle.
I think
huddle,
that's
huddle,
right.
Huddle, everybody, huddle.
Okay. So, good news is this is a place of ours, potentially. The bad news is, like Zephyr said, little bit of a fixer-upper.
And we have no money.
Right. I do have the mending cantrip. I don't know how many times I can do that in a day, but I can certainly start trying and see how far I can get. I think that they just start, as they're talking, mending little things, putting the doorknob back on and, trying to press to digitation some of the dust away as they're
Jesus.
talking.
I think Kaita kind of takes a look around and is like, listen, I can do what I can with the tools I have, but at some point you can't fix rotting wood without replacing it with new wood.
Well,
Um,
think of it this
Yeah,
way.
there's a lot to
We-
do here.
We have some things that we can sell, possibly.
Such as.
Oh, we didn't
Oh,
tell
right.
him about the.
Oh, and then we have a 10-minute conversation talking about the paintings and the bars.
Yes, you just have to go back for them.
Yeah, we have to go back for them, and then we have to find the right kind of buyers. That kind of conversation. And then Allegra is saying this and looking at Volo and being like,
And we can only really accept the deed of this establishment with this
Then-
kind of upfront starter cost, of course. So we're just gonna look to the side for now.
Well, I do think it's worth having a conversation with Volo. I mean, this is a lovely idea of a property and a fixer-upper, if you will. But at the end of the day, I do think it's fair to ask for, I don't know, a little something more monetarily as well.
Definitely couldn't hurt, especially since we're gonna have to think in a lot of our own money to get this place up and running. So
All right,
you know,
so let's crunch some numbers. Let's see if we can get a IOU from him.
Right, yes. And Kaita is pretty good with numbers, I believe.
Yeah,
So
Kaita,
maybe
you can go ahead and roll me. It's going to be a disadvantage because I don't think you've ever
Mhm.
appraised a property before.
No.
But roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
can I assist and make
yes, you may to make it a flat
Okay.
roll.
To make it normal? Okay,
Okay,
great.
I'm just like showing all of my notes and pointing out all the
Oh my god.
no.
Ah.
It's
Oh, still not bad.
13.
it's gonna be
13 rather.
in the it's gonna be at least probably like 800 gold, something like that. That's your very conservative guess. Just looking at the outside of this place.
And it's at least 800, but I'm not like
Okay,
I
so
don't
then we
build
should round
buildings.
up to 1,000.
We're not
Right.
gonna ask him for 1,000. He's giving this us on the chance that we're going to make profit off of this.
We're not gonna ask
mean-
for 1,000. That's more than we even were promised in the first place, but I think it's worth asking for just a small sum of what he had.
Perhaps not. If he doesn't have gold, maybe he has information or
Another property.
or another quest or
or
something
even
for
some
us
items.
to do. You know,
Yeah, some items we could sell or
Amadeo's gonna put their hand on their hips,
Or
like sort of
friends.
like shaking their head,
Or
like
more friends that might have other things that need things done.
Wait.
I mean, which of us is the most persuasive or intimidating? I think that would be the person to go to.
Mm.
Aita takes a large step back.
I have a +5 to persuasion. Maybe I can negotiate with Volo to give us like obviously this isn't worth 100 gold right now. This is worth negative 700 gold right now. So by accepting this, we're still in the hole. So like I want to try and negotiate maybe some extra gold, like maybe another 40. That was like because we were basically given 10 each before. We can get another 40 gold just to kind of, start us up. Maybe we can promise something like a room for Volo.
Like a like prized customer status or something like that.
Come up with a name, quick.
No. Allie kind of like runs over to like one of the windows, like say like one of these windows over here, and she kind of pats it, like the boarded up window, and she goes, "A dedicated performance space. Whenever
He's-
Volo comes, Volo can speak as long as he wants."
No,
What?
don't do that.
As-
Don't give him
as
a
long as
mile.
he-
no.
But I mean, it's the price you have to pay, right? And besides,
We can
Volo won't
dedicate
hear
a
all-
plaque to his name and he'll be fine with it.
But Volo won't actually come here, will they?
Not if it looks
Might.
like this.
Well, listen, like I'm just saying we could give him like a, like if he gives us a little bit more, we can be like, oh well, and next time you need our services, there'd be a discount or like you
Or
get
we named the place
a
after him or something.
yeah. That's good advertising.
All right, I'll try and see what I can
Book
do.
reading events.
If you want to be advertised maybe as an adventure, but some of us don't necessarily want to be that. And
We
she
don't even
kinda
know what this is right now, so we will do our best.
Got it.
Ooh, it's gonna be so many things. And she pets
Yeah.
the window.
Amadeo's gonna walk towards Volo, sort
Yeah.
of like with that bard, like, man, we love it, but
Yeah,
like,
while you've had this conversation, a person has kind of made their way over toward you and is talking right now with Volo and Neverember, a tiefling woman that you don't recognize who is holding basically a ream of paperwork. And Volo kind of like sees you coming over, Amadeo, and flags you down and says, "Ah, yes, Amadeo, my darling. This is Kylene Silmerhelv. This is the magistrate that I was talking to you about. If you come on over here, we can get the deed signed over to your party, and all will be well."
I speed over because I want to read this fucking deed first.
Sure.
I will also sprint after that.
Fantastic. You guys read it. Well, obviously, Volo, your generosity knows no bounds. We all greatly appreciate this offer, and we would like to extend such a wonderful offer with a gift, perhaps as for additional investment.
Additional investment. What did you have in mind?
Well, obviously, we are very capable people. We'll be able to get this up and running in no time flat. Having a little bit of starting funds to help us make this place wonderful is just what we need just to get started. And I promise you, you're not going to come out empty-handed out of this one, because we will dedicate part of the space in your name. The stage.
Roll me persuasion. He thinks for a bit. And he says, well, that would be a tremendous honor, I'm sure. I'm afraid that I don't have the capital to invest in a business such as this. I more invest in the real estate. And like I said, given the fantastic bones of the building, and as you say, you'll be able to get it up and running and turning a profit quicker than I can say my own name. But I'm afraid that there's very little I can offer you up front, if that's what you're suggesting. The magistrate is already here, after all. Are you sure you don't want this magnificent piece of real estate?
Like, trying to prevent themselves from cussing under their breath, but they'd be like, absolutely. Now, do you need everybody's signature?
Yes, and the the registration fee.
The what?
The
what now?
registration fee.
And what would that
The
be?
tiefling woman speaks up and says, "Yes, there is a registration fee for all new transference of deed that is to be paid by the recipients of the deed. 25 gold pieces to transfer the deed into your names."
Blink,
From
blink,
each of us?
Insight check.
Go ahead.
blink, blink.
A one-time flat fee of 25 gold pieces for any name transfer.
Damn.
Seems official.
I
Sounds
don't have the
about right.
wisdom.
Sounds about right. 1 second. Huddle again.
You see the tiefling woman immediately grow incredibly impatient and turn to Volo. Just start like kind of muttering something under her breath. You go ahead, back into your huddle.
We even 20.
We need
I-
25 gold.
I don't. Is it
have
25
10 gold.
each or?
It is total.
Okay.
We need 25 gold.
I only have 10, and that's literally all I have.
I put my gold towards my dad. So I can go work for 2 hours and I'll have most of
Zephyr,
it.
and then between
Yeah, I can definitely
rest of-
pitch in towards this. I think
I
that
have 8
having a
left.
place for us to be able to, reliably call, a home base is worth the 25.
My friends, if I
Yes.
may cut in, Renair infiltrates the huddle, and he says, listen, I don't want to presume to tell you what to do, but this is a huge step, a commitment. no doubt. But if this is truly what you want, seeing as how you assisted in saving my life as well, I would be more than happy to pay this registration fee and get you in contact with someone who might be able to assist with these repairs. Not for free, mind you, but a business loan of sorts. If, indeed, this is truly what you want. He kind of glares over his shoulder toward Volo. He says, this is a huge responsibility. Of that there is no doubt.
But it's a home.
We don't really have, or at least I think most of us don't really have one of those.
It's an opportunity. Allegra,
It's something.
Allegra spins around
Well,
and she'll.
at this
Oh wait, sorry.
well, at this point, I'd give you free drinks for life.
That we can work
Well,
out.
We can make it official too. And she'll kind of quickly pat her feathers, and she'll procure the little bird messenger, like folded figure thingy, and she'll say, "We can send each other updates to make sure that we're not messing up the business."
We can name the stage after you.
I don't need any recognition like that, believe me. It might only decrease your property value at this point. But thank you.
I like it a lot better than the Thampatheater, which is what I was going off of.
Thampatheater is pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
He says, if this is truly what you wish, then I can assist in that, in whatever way I can, but I'm afraid that even I don't have the gold lying around to refurbish this entire place.
Well, we just need to take the first step forward.
Pieces, if you could help us with that, that would be huge.
We'd appreciate it.
You can help us move paintings.
Yes.
I think the 25 gold is a good start.
Yeah, Renair looks visibly a little bit nervous about that. Roll me an insight, Allegra. Insight or perception.
Allegra's like, crime!
Perception. Jesus, Allie. 12.
Yeah, that like coat pocket where you put that silver bar before, he does no longer have that on his person.
Oh yeah, he probably hid it somewhere in the room.
Yeah, he probably stashed it
Tucked
back
it.
in your room, but you could tell that he wanted that
chucked it.
shit off of him as quickly as possible.
She kind of she'll chuckle at that, and she'll just be like, "Well, if we're gonna be in contact with each other, we have to be, how do I put this? Cool with how we function between our different societies. You're from the High and Mighty Society, and despite how some of us might think," her head tips towards Amdeo, "I don't think we all kind of come from fancier flights of life. So,
It is fair enough, and that is why I will contribute what I can, and I will support you in what way that I can.
Thank you.
Well, let's get this deed signed then, shall we?
He kind of gives a bit of a nod, and then reaches down into his coin purse. Does anybody have any questions for the magistrate? Any more interrogations for Volo, or anything before you sign this deed?
A quick question.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. How much would you say this property is valued at monetarily?
I am no city surveyor. In fact, once you sign this property, this lease, you will, not lease. Once the deed is transferred, you will need to get a city surveyor here to assess the damages, because this is technically a condemned building, and it cannot stay in this state for long. Though, if you want my candid opinion, this building has remained empty for quite some time, though the size of it is unquestionable. If properly refurbished, this could be a potentially, well, very lucrative spot if properly refurbished.
Wonderful, thank you.
That is not the opinion of the City Council and Planning Department. Nor is it an endorsement of whatever this deal is. You understand.
I think I'm just looking through my the whole of the deed, see if there's any like fine print or anything. Just trying to investigate and make sure that we're not getting swindled any worse.
There will be like any business or any property, there will be recurring costs, expenses like weekly, upkeep and permits and licensing and stuff like that, kind of payments. But there is nothing in this that says, psych, you don't actually own this place, that kind of thing. It seems like a very legit.
Okay.
It is legitimate.
Okay. I think I just hand it over and say, all right, it's as good as it gets.
Okay.
Do you have the 25 gold fee? Yes, I will be covering that. And Volo, gives kind of a friendly nod to Renair, realizing, that clearly he's invested now, that he's made the right choice. And all of you have made the right choice by accepting this gift, or payment, whatever you want to call it. The 25 gold is handed over to the woman, and you each take your turn signing the document. Does anybody have anything else to say?
I want to say so much shit to Volo right now.
Just as a note, I sign it as Calypso.
Fair enough.
All right.
Game over. Or
Guess
rather, game on.
Let's hope it's game on and not game over.
A new beginning.
Well, nothing more. I want to say American, but like...
Waterdavian. Yeah.
Waterdeep.
Than being in debt.
Yeah, I think we're all very familiar with that concept. Okay, well,
First
should
things
we-
first, we need to get a lock on this door.
Yeah. I can put
Ooh.
alarm on it for now. And an alarm on it, if that helps.
Probably a good security measure.
Yeah?
So
I think... Oh, sorry.
no, so everybody has signed their name. The
Yes.
deed is transferred. The magistrate takes the relevant documentation, hands the deed back over to you, and leaves. Volo gathers all of you around and tries to give you a big congratulatory hug and says, congratulations, my friends. I know that you have made the right decision. Now, let's go inside, shall we?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Follow
Now,
him
who wants to handle the door?
I'll kind of push to the front and kind of try to lift up the wooden.
Yeah, roll me an
barricade.
athletics check. It takes some
That's
doing,
fair.
but you're able to wrench the boards off of the door and push your way through. As you push your way through, the door does fall off its hinges. And cause,
Oh well, great.
cause a cloud of dust to erupt. But as you
Can
look
I
in,
mend that?
no.
Yeah, I tried to. Okay.
Damn it!
I feel like this question's gonna be asked a lot.
And the answer's gonna be no, a lot.
Yeah.
You all make your way inside, and you see the destroyed tap room, the ruined furniture, everything. It looks like this place was, I don't know what the hell happened here. Like it doesn't even say. Like, this place is utterly destroyed and abandoned. It has been condemned. You see fantasy graffiti everywhere. Tarnished silverware, broken furniture, casks of wine that have turned to vinegar, worthless detritus. Are you exploring the whole manor or just the tap room for now?
The whole manor, honestly, for Kaita.
Yeah. You start looking around. You head up the stairs. You see most of the other rooms are all empty except for cobwebs, dust, rats skitter about every once in a while. Who is?
Could I
Yeah, go ahead.
detect magic?
Yes,
Can I
you
cast
may.
detect magic to see if there's anything? Okay. Do-do-do.
Let me see. Give me a second to look something up.
Are you a bird of prey?
Is Allie a bird of prey?
Yeah.
As an Ardling, yeah, I guess she would be considered one. Yeah.
Hunting capability.
A rat skitters by.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw. 14.
It's up to you. What happens?
Her head kind of like swivels towards the sound, and then she goes,
We need to get a cat.
Okay, that answers that question.
Amazing. You continue to explore the place. Are you guys all going as a group, or I mean, it's your house now. You tell me what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, we're just
Amadeus
checking
going-
the place out.
Amadeus
not-
going to
yeah.
focus on the only thing that matters. The stage.
There isn't one, but there could be.
Well, I'm trying to imagine where one could be.
There you go. Yeah, you can find a fair enough spot for one, I'm sure. As you know, kind of imagine and visualize and search around on the first floor. Kaita, roll me a perception check.
Perception?
Is this just
Oh,
for like
no.
general exploration of
Something
house?
bad
Kind of,
gonna
sort of, but
happen?
Kaita is going first.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if something bad's gonna happen.
Um,
Wow.
What could we do with a
Foundry,
9?
eat Shit.
Yeah, you
does a 9 work for
Whoop.
me?
on the third floor, you open a door into a privy, and just are hit with a horrible smell of like rotten mildew,
Oh.
but kind of nothing much
Yeah.
else. As everybody is touring around, I want everybody to roll me a general investigation check.
Investigation. Well, luckily, I'm not shitty.
Oh, not
Nat
20.
20.
Ooh.
I'm rolling like
Inquisitive rogue
absolute
goes.
shit.
Okay, well, you know what? Not the worst. The worst roll. I got a 17.
Good job.
17, 22 is the highest. Yeah, Allegra, as you're kind of walking around, I think that you make your way up to the third floor, up to the turret access area. There's the kind of like the tower that would lead into. I guess it would be almost like a watchtower, or like you realize probably a great spot for an aviary, if you wanted
Yeah.
like messenger birds or anything like that, or
Yay.
just regular birds, whatever.
Birds.
But as you kind of walk into, you don't go up the stairs quite yet, but as you walk into that door, you feel you feel cold.
Cold as in a chill, or cold as in supernatural?
Roll me an Arcana or a Nature check.
No.
I also have detect magic up. Just a reminder.
Yes, you detect no magic.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'm gonna roll Arcana, I guess.
Pretty
That's
good.
16.
With a 16, you feel very suddenly extremely cold to the point where you feel your breath. Leaving. You can see your breath leaving. This is not natural.
Ooh. She kind of bristles at that, and it tickles her breath, and she'll call out and she'll say, "It's very weird, but my breath's gone all cold, like it's almost about to get fluffy."
Can
I don't know how to describe it. And she calls down the stairs.
Huh.
And she's gonna go off towards the source of the cold.
Yeah, which it seems to be leading you upwards.
Okay, well, she goes up.
Okay. Kaito, what were you about to do?
I roll any sort of history about like, you know, anything that might have been like read or anything about that kind of interaction with cold air?
History or Arcana, possibly.
Okay. 17.
That's attributed to a lot of stuff. It could be a
Okay.
surge in wild magic. It could be something supernatural. It could just be odd air pockets. Maybe the house is insulated weirdly. But somebody who pricks up at that whenever Allegra says that is Volo, who's walking around with his notebook out, just kind of like taking notes on the place, and says, feels cold. Can see their breath. Interesting.
Ooh, Bolo.
Allegra, you go up the ladder to the turret, and you see nothing of particular interest. You see a few like window boxes that looks like they might have been nests of some kind. That you get the sense that possibly the previous owner did use this as an aviary. But nothing else untoward besides just destroyed furniture and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you get a great view of the rest of Troll Skull Alley, which you realize there's a little bit of, I wouldn't call it commotion, but there are people walking around, and when they notice people poking around the manor, they kind of stop and look around and like almost try to peer into the windows from the street, and then quickly
Yeah, they're
move
checking
on.
to see if they're squatters.
Exactly. Everybody else, where's everybody else in the manor?
After hearing the call out about the cold air, I would probably try to go and also just check that out because that seems weird.
Yeah, so you make your way up to one of the upper floors, like let's say the third floor, and you start kind of poking around until you make your way toward the stairs. Roll me a perception check.
Mhm.
I hear
God.
dogs.
Oh,
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Fall right through. Fall right through.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah, that's a 10. That's not bad, actually. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as a like it looks like a chair leg careens down the stairs and whacks you in the side of the head.
Oh.
did I see like? Did it look like just a phantom chair leg coming at me?
With a perception that low, who fucking knows?
Oh shit.
Do I hear that?
I think you can hear the clatter from downstairs. Yes.
What? Are you okay? Guy?
I'm great. And then I guess I'll just see if I can find the source of chair leg.
That means going back and continuing upstairs.
Honestly, men are so
Doors
clumsy.
of
How good is great? Are you okay?
Wonderful.
Okay.
He's very sarcastic.
Yes. That has not changed.
Kaita and Calypso, where are you at?
I think I'm probably following Kaita around a little bit because this is a new venture for me, and I don't think that I know where to look or how. And kind of just like musing to myself, slash Kaita if they're next to me. I've never really lived in a house before.
Can't say I have either. This is a new experience for all of us, I think. I think
Yes.
as we have this conversation, sorry, real fast, is the door something that I could potentially work on making a makeshift repair so that there's just
So that there's
something
not
in
an
the
open
doorway.
door. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so we're having this conversation as I repair the doorway.
As you repair the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
Amadeo,
Yeah.
you are... Sorry, no, go ahead. Go ahead, Kaita.
No, you're good. I was just, yeah. I don't think anybody in this party really has a place this big.
It's definitely got a lot of work to do, but I'm weirdly excited in a way. I mean, it's not great, but you know, it's also just a bunch of dust mostly, and maybe a ghost? I don't know. Is that what people were talking about?
Ghosts can be fun if they're
Ghosts can be
nice.
fun.
Potentially. I mean, not all dead things are bad, you know?
Oh, yes, of course. And not all monsters are monsters.
Yeah.
Amadeo, as this kind of conversation is happening, you're trying to scout out places for a stage to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna block out, like, Amadeo is going to, like, use the layers of dust to draw out, like almost like a floor plan, you know, like saying, like, this is where this will go, this is where that will go, and then, like, oh, we're going to need storage. That's probably downstairs. And Amadeo's gonna try and see what's going on downstairs.
Okay, you make your way back behind the bar to a trap door that leads into the basement.
Down we go. Ew.
Yeah, it is disgusting and pitch black down here. It smells so strongly of vinegar, and like
Oh, there's
refuse.
probably leftover wine in here or something,
Exactly.
or okay.
Roll me a perception check, Amadeo.
Oh. It better not be any rats of unusual size. That's a natural 20 for 23.
23. You hear some scuttling, and not scuttling, almost like scraping, coming from down the stairs in the basement. And as
What
you...
the fuck?
Yeah, as you look to see, you can see it appears that one of the barrels that's left behind is very, very slowly scooting across the floor. But as soon as you notice it, it stops.
I see a broom here on the floor. I'm going to grab it and sort of like gently prod it.
Prod the barrel?
Yes, but with the broom.
Yeah, you do so. Nothing happens, but you can still smell that vinegar smell very strongly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Calypso, as you're up there just kind of talking with Kaita, roll me a perception check.
Oh, goody.
Boy.
Okay.
I'm not great at perception, so we'll see. Okay.
Okay.
There is hanging behind the bar a large silvered mirror on one of the back walls. It looks tarnished to hell and covered in a layer of dust. But as you look at it and notice it, you swear that you see a shadow move behind you.
Oh, no. What was that?
What? What was what?
There was in the mirror, there was a shadow. It was...
Can I check the
Oh,
mirror
oh.
as well to see if like?
Yeah, you go to check the mirror. You don't see anything.
Rune, are you okay?
Manor's haunted. We have to go. Manor's haunted.
Manor's haunted?
Manor's haunted. We have to go.
Now,
No,
when
no,
you
where?
say haunted, what exactly are you seeing?
Volo.
A shadow apparition behind me in the mirror.
Apparition in the mirror.
You're just writing it down. Are you serious?
Yes, I must confess, this house was of very good interest to me before I purchased it. It's why I purchased it. There were stories, you see, of what happened here, before the place shut down. Rumors of a haunting. And I thought it would be wonderful for research for my new book, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Spectres, So I figured.
Volo,
Mm.
you bought this because it was haunted and you gave it to us.
And yes, and now we're investigating it together. Isn't that wonderful?
Volo, if you don't tell us everything you know about this haunting, I will personally make it my goal that you never step foot in here. Ever again.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Can I help?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take advantage.
Fucking
Alright.
start
Yeah,
punching your
I
fucking
think
fist in your palm like let's
Behind
go.
Rune, Kaita just kind of leans over Rune's shoulders, and her
Oh,
eyes
no.
are just
Are you
bright
fucking
glowing.
kidding me?
No,
Double twos?
that's horrible.
Oh
Well.
no.
Volo
Wait.
Volo's barely paying attention. He's just got like a kind of a wicked smile. He's very excited by all this.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you didn't really have an investment in our futures?
Well, I figured this would accomplish 2 tasks at once.
You're not gonna help us
Volo, you can
with
see yourself out.
everything out of the goodness of your own heart?
Wait, I'm afraid I...
Allegra's seen at the bottom of the stairs with the biggest of eyes.
Mm,
The biggest of birdie eyes that one could ever see.
I...
I mean, I would have thought that, especially when you saved that guy, Floon, a totally normal person of no consequence whatsoever, who would just need a strong enough party to save him that could totally deal with this location. You mean to tell me that you didn't do this out of the goodness of your own heart?
I press to digitate a small, tiny violin sound coming from where Allegra is.
roll me Allegra a persuasion with advantage.
God. Please.
Oh my
Please,
God, Allie.
Why? Why is Foundry hate us?
Man,
Whenever
Can I give
Volo
Allie-
has heard this before.
Whenever it matters.
Can I
to
give Allie
suck.
my inspiration? Because
Hey, listen,
I want
wait,
this man to
15's
feel
still pretty
bad.
good. 15 is still
Yay.
pretty good.
We try again.
Okay,
We
go
go
ahead, roll
again.
one more.
Ooh.
Okay, that's even better.
Yay, 21.
21. Volo says, No, my dear, of course I believed in your future. That's why I figured that you would be the best people to help me investigate this place. I didn't dream that you would be upset when you heard that he just kind of babbles over to himself. While this is happening, we'll cut up to Zephyr, who makes his way up to the 4th floor.
He's gonna fight ghosts.
Can I add sneakily after getting domed by a
yeah, go ahead and roll me
chairwag?
a stealth check.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Sick, dude. Every stair creaks.
Every stair creaks, yeah.
As
But
you,
I think I'm being super quiet.
oh yeah. As you make your way up to the attic, you almost feel dizzy. You almost feel nauseous, like off kilter. There are 2 doors up here in the attic. One to the north, one to the south. Where do you go?
I'll go to the north.
Yeah, you put your hand on the north door. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
The door is stuck fast, but it doesn't seem like it's just jammed. It seems like something is deliberately holding it shut.
If I can I use like the same perception to kind of like press my kind of like ear to the door and see if I can hear anything on the other side?
Yes, you may. With that perception, you hear, almost literally imperceptibly, the sound of breathing.
Okay. Does it like sound like staggered? Does it like sound like it's like a hungry thing that wants to eat? What sort of breathing?
It sounds very, very like almost like it's hard to describe. It doesn't
Okay.
sound like a beast of any kind. It sounds like somebody is pushed up against the door.
Hello?
Instantly, you don't hear it anymore, and the door opens. And you see a small defunct bedroom, like almost like a servant's quarters, with a small fireplace that is completely destroyed, and you feel an intense chill when you walk through this room.
As soon as I like notice that, I'm guessing there is no notable creature
There's
that
nothing in here now.
is on the other side. I'm just gonna be like, okay. I'm just gonna turn around and just kind of try to like speed walk back downstairs.
Yeah. You make your way back downstairs just as Volo is kind of babbling at everybody and says, I figured that a group as accomplished as yours would be thrilled at the opportunity to investigate such a thing with me. I'm still writing your story, as it were.
And if you publish that story, we'd get a cut of said earnings, correct?
That's something we could negotiate, surely.
Well, until we negotiate that formally, I don't think we can let you super do too much investigation on our property.
On your property, yes, of
On our
course.
property, yes.
Yeah.
So until we negotiate that, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to see yourself out unless you have any other pertinent information for us.
I see what is happening here. And yes, perhaps I was a bit presumptive. I apologize. But, my friends, as I do believe we are friends at this point, let me
Are we?
speak plainly to you. I do not know the circumstances of the haunting of Troll Skull Manor, but it has long been rumored that there is an apparition here. One that you all seem to have proved exists. So, I figured I would investigate. And yes, to tell you the truth, I wasn't certain the place was haunted until about 10 days ago. I hired a surveyor to come in to assess the damages. I thought possibly I might be able to refurbish the place and get it up and running if I couldn't use it for my book. Well, when the surveyor arrived and was customarily chased out of the house, I knew that there was something supernatural going on. That is something I should have disclosed. I apologize, but I figured that strapping adventurers such as yourself would be thrilled at the chance to experience the supernatural for yourselves. Now, the surveyor...
Strapping, we literally all died.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but yet here you stand. It seems to have worked out all for the best, did it not?
I'm so mad right now.
Allegra gets ready to get out the crocodile tears again.
He says, I was not aware that your adventure to find Floon was so taxing. That I can only apologize for. And yes, as I say, I have very little in the way of liquid funds, but the surveyor has already been hired and paid for. So if you can assist me in quelling the spirit in this house, then we can get the surveyor in and they will be able to help you set your funds aright.
All right. That's better information. Could have started with that.
Apologies. I see now that you are all adventuring sorts that need the information up front. No matter.
Certainly helps.
You have a welt on your forehead. He says, now, I don't know the exact identity of this specter, but it was rumored that the previous barkeep, a half-elven man by the name of Leaf, did pass away here one day, shortly before the place foreclosed. It is possible that this is the disembodied spirit that you are all facing now. Now, I admit I don't know much about spirits and specters, hence my need to research them. But I believe that if you find some way to either quell or destroy the spirit, then, well, we'll be in business, so to speak.
Well, I mean, if he's just the barkeep, I don't see a reason to destroy him. He probably just doesn't want to get kicked out.
Everybody roll me a persuasion check. Or a perception check, sorry.
Boop.
Oh gosh.
Christ. With an
Jesus
18
Christ.
from Allegra. There, from your place, actually, from your place in the stairs? No, the second floor is only accessible from the outside, I realize. So not, you've now come back around into the main foyer at this point, into the main tap room.
Yes, yes.
Hovering over the bar, was like a Stein glass, like that it looked like was getting ready to be thrown. But when Kaita made mention, I believe it was Kaita that said that there's no reason to try to get rid of him, it drops and shatters on the floor.
Oh,
Oh, I think you struck a
Well-
nerve.
listen, I mean, if he's a barkeep and he knows his way around and he's able to move things with his ghostly telekinesis, I don't see why we can't keep him on.
He wants that.
I'm sure he's very upset that this whole place is in disrepair.
Calypso, roll me persuasion with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna have Casper, the friendly bartender?
Please.
Please.
Kind of love it.
Are you fucking kidding me? A double 10? No, please. That was so cool, though. Come on.
Aw, I want Allie. Can I have Allie try to help?
Yeah, what do you say?
Allie will go over like to near. Are you in Calypso or Rune form right now?
Calypso.
Okay, Allie will go over to Calypso and kind of gesture to the bar and the shattered glass, and she'll go, "Come on now, try it again, one more time. It's okay."
Very shakily, almost imperceptibly, you see another glass that was like just kind of on the bar begin to move and then lift up and then just kind of hover there for a moment. Calypso, what else do you want to say to try one more roll?
I say... Sorry. I say, that's amazing! I mend the other one. We just need to start working, that's all. It's like a muscle. You know, I mean, magic is magic, and you have to learn magic and exercise it in order to get better at it, at least in my experience. And you could just think of this as a form of magic. We can definitely research on how to strengthen your ghostly telekinesis. I mean, this is Waterdeep. I'm sure there's a library about it.
Roll me a persuasion check, just a straight up persuasion.
Come on.
Damn.
Come
Okay,
on.
come
Please,
Come on.
please.
Does anyone else want to roll it?
No,
Or
you're the
do
one who
you
talked.
That's for you.
You're the one who
That's for
talked.
you.
Come on.
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah!
Dirty 20.
tell a story.
That was
The-
almost a 3. I was so scared.
The glass very gently settles back down on the bar, and for a moment you feel a burst of warmth.
Well, that's nice.
It's nice to meet you, Leaf.
You see up on the mirror, like almost like somebody's taking a finger and writing in the dust. You see the word LIF.
Lift. Oh, Leaf.
Leaf or Liff?
It doesn't say anything. It's a ghost.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Volo kind of looks dumbfounded, and like scribbles something down in his notebook. It's like spirit responded to positive stimulation and reacted to its name. Fantastic.
It's almost as if you treat people with kindness and honesty, they'll give it back to you, Volo.
And maybe not it. Maybe like there. You know, just maybe.
That's a class thing.
Yes. Well, it seems that the spirit has been appeased, Leaf, as it were. I shall call upon the surveyor and have them here before the end of night. And then I suppose if you wish, I will take my leave and leave you to your property.
No, Volo, you can come back.
I do think that this place will work out wonderfully for all of you. Whatever you decide to use it for, it has a wonderfully spacious basement, as well as room to expand, from what I've been told. Once you get in the good graces of the guilds, that is.
Which guild would you join if you had to pick one?
Oh, goodness. I am not a member of any of the artisan guilds. And as far as adventuring guilds, I'm afraid my adventuring days are behind me.
But if you had to pick one, like, which is your favorite?
Well, it's not for me to say, though I do believe our dear friend Rainier might have some opinion, one way or the other. But I shall go call on the surveyor, and I will have them here by end of night.
And we turn the basement into a workshop.
Anything is possible, my dear.
Okay, well.
And with that, Volo will kind of, tip his floppy cap, turn and amble his way out the door. Renair is still there. He kind of witnessed all this happen, and he says, well, first night here, and you've already made a friend, it seems.
We seem to be making a lot of those lately.
I hope he doesn't mind if we stay here. I mean, as long as we don't take his room, I'm sure it's probably okay. Is that all right with you, Lee?
You don't hear anything, but you don't feel that coldness that was there before.
Okay. I mean, that sounds neutral.
We'll have to be really careful if we do any kind of renovations.
Mm-hmm.
You see a rag, a dusty rag, lift itself onto the bar and start moving in small concentric circles.
Oh, I love him.
He's kind of just moving the dust around at this point, but he's doing his best.
I think he's saying he's up for some renovations if it'll bring life back to this place.
Well,
Ooh,
that's
poor choice of words. Sorry.
The rag stops.
Well,
But also, on life is good too. I just mean a little more color, brightness, and less dust.
Movement.
Yes.
well, we have a lot of work to do, and 6 sets of still 5 sets of hands. Well, one person here for emotional support, maybe, in our little ghost friend. But we should probably start working on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy being the house.
And we need a lot of money to get, so...
Well,
fast.
there's a lot that we can do here that probably doesn't require money and just starts like picking up broken pieces of board and like shards of glass and just trying to like push it all into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
We can do some cleaning.
Are we doing a montage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Montage.
All right.
Yes.
So, while you guys are doing a montage, Volo is out getting the surveyor to come back to do surveying stuff. Renair says that he has a friend who might be of some assistance here. And he will head off to go and find him and bring him back as well.
Cool.
But in the meantime, all of you begin cleaning. I want everybody to roll me athletics.
Oh God. Oh great. Good.
I'm
Good.
gonna
Wait, like,
fight that
do,
barrel.
like cleaning with like flourishes. Can it be acrobatics?
No.
How is that my best roll of the night?
Nat 20.
Fucking hell.
Guys, we're great at cleaning, I guess.
I'm singing while I'm doing it.
Okay, well, kind of good at cleaning.
I'm having the time of my life.
Hey guys,
Don't
I'm gonna just do the notes.
Calypso
I'm
just
still fighting the barrel.
Yeah, you're still fighting the barrel downstairs. You're still drawing lines in the dust.
Walking to the ghost.
I've had to clean like my entire life.
Yeah. It takes a good few hours. But you start gathering up as much of the detritus on the taproom floor as possible. And while you are cleaning, while this is all happening, you start to get some looky-loos in the street who are realizing that, like, there's somebody fucking actually in there. Like, there's somebody, like, doing work inside this place. Kind of shocked. As they kind of like pass through as much as possible. Now, what are you doing with all the trash? Are you leaving it inside or are you putting it outside?
If there's any way that I can help, it might just be not actually moving stuff, but maybe taking any like old curtains that are ruined or random bed sheets or rags or cloths and like wrapping up some of the detritus and dirt and dust and
Fair
all
enough,
of that.
yeah. And there's plenty of
And
that.
just like putting it outside.
Yeah, just throwing it outside. Very cool. As you guys kind of all make your way and continue to do this, eventually, Volo will return with a sheepish-looking human man who is visibly terrified to walk into this space. But immediately sees that there are live people in here and they haven't been attacked. Well, not recently at least. Noting the giant lump on Zephyr's head. But begins very slowly and steadily doing his work for the rest of the later afternoon. Until eventually, as you guys are continuing work and probably finishing up most of the trash removal, or at least the trash cleanup, not removal, that's another thing to deal with. He returns to all of you, gathers you around, and presents his findings and an itemized bill.
Oh my god.
Oh goody.
This is to be paid before any services are rendered. It is down to the surveyor who will get the cash, the funds to the right people to come and do these these repairs and these renovations. His fee has already been paid, which you glean was not cheap. At least a solid 50 to 100 gold for him to do this service. But he itemizes out your bill, and with the cost of all of these repairs that he lists out, including licenses and memberships, you need, in order to open this as a business, a membership with the Fellowship of Innkeepers. You need guild licenses to operate a business and to perform any renovations in the first place. You need to repair the roof. You need to repair the brick. There's water damage. There's fire damage. There's broken windows. There's new furniture. You need to replace the hearths. You need to purchase brewing equipment. You need kitchen essentials. You need to clean out the chimneys. You need to fix the lighting. You need to fix the plumbing. You need to fix the balcony railings. And you need to replace the sign. All of these for this to be a functional business. Altogether, This comes out to a sum of 1,250 gold pieces.
A lot of dragons.
All right. Okay. Could
Uh,
you just go through that list one more time?
Okay, how many do I need to divide that up into?
do you want me to go through that list one more time?
It's okay. You can just send it later, but I am keeping track of it.
Oh, I'm not
I
going to
just
send it
got
later.
lost.
I'll just do it again real quick.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay, wait.
I wrote it all down.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh my God.
Renovations, roof,
I got-
brick, water and fire damage, broken windows, new furniture, the hearths, new
Hearths,
brewing
okay.
equipment, kitchens, chimneys, lighting, plumbing, balcony railings, and sign.
That's the
And-
renovations, and then the rest of it is guild licenses and a membership with the Fellowship of Innkeepers. Those are one-time fees, but those amount to a chunk of change as well. All together comes to 1,250.
Okay. I've got it all. Thank you.
With that, he kind of like, gives a little bow. He presents you with this bill and his business address. Once these things are paid for, he will begin getting artisans together from all the various guilds and unions to come down and start taking care of business.
So
Just a question. Can we do it bit by bit, like some payments for each thing, slowly but surely?
You can do it in however many installments you feel you need, but this business will not operate and this building will not be no longer condemned until this sum is paid in full.
I see. Thank you for the clarification.
Basically what he says is for the building to not be condemned and for it not to be illegal to occupy this space, you need to pay for all the renovations to start.
So we can't stay in the space until everything's fixed.
He says that there is a bit of a legal holdover since you are the new. Basically, there's an inspection period. The fact that you got the inspection done on the first day, all well and good. It gives you 5 days before renovations begin for you to get money together, basically, for you to pay these fees.
Days for 1,002.
Okay.
Okay.
But
We gotta
okay.
get money.
How many hours are in 5 days? Okay, I can do this.
100?
As you guys are kind of discussing this and you've got your itemized bill, do you want me to go through the items cost-wise? Because I've got that. That's up to you. Or you can just take it as a lump sum.
It's exactly 120 hours.
120 hours.
need-
Yes.
Right,
Okay,
perfect.
so it looks like we only need about 250 gold per person.
Mhm.
Between the five
Yeah,
of
that
us.
should be easy to get.
Oh,
If we take on a
totally
couple
fine. Let's
quests
take a
and
marathon.
if we take on a couple quests, maybe, we could figure something out. There's always quests for things in big cities like this, right?
Sure. Yes.
Flashback to the last quest you took where you all died and got 10 gold each.
25 hours.
Literally, don't even talk to me, Michael.
As you guys are kind of deliberating this, trying to do the math, trying to figure out how the fuck you're going to get this money together in 5 days, there is a knock at your makeshift door.
Aita will run over and like do the weird like handshake combination of things to open this door so it doesn't break again.
You do that. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Please.
It falls off.
Thanks.
The door falls off again. As you see, standing there, fist still raised to knock, you see Renair Neverember.
Just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. Just come on in. Come on in.
He says,
Sorry about the door.
yes, no, I don't mean to intrude, but I've brought someone who I believe might be able to assist. and behind Renair, you see a massive figure, a hulking man, probably like 6'2", 6'3", but that's not where the size comes from. With a gut that makes him almost as wide as he is tall. A massive, fancily dressed man with a twiddly goatee and a massive handlebar mustache, dressed in the finest finery there is. Everybody roll me a history check.
The finest finery?
Nat 20.
Baby.
Seven.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Okay, 26 is the winner. This person, his reputation precedes him in the city. This is a very famous person because, whether you believe it or not, he claims himself to be one of the masked lords of Waterdeep. Though he is not here wearing a mask, he walks about, flaunts openly that he is one of the hidden lords of Waterdeep. Again, whether you decide to believe that or not is another story. This is possibly one of the richest men in all of the city. And he is the head of the Harper's Guild of the city of Waterdeep. This is a man by the name of Mert. Mert, or as he's known more colloquially, the Moneylender. And he comes in with, with his cane, more decorative than anything, because for how massive this kingpin-esque man is, he's quite spry. So he kind of, waves his decorative cane around as he walks in to investigate, and he says, "Now, do I take it that you all are the owners of this fine establishment?"
We are now.
Yeah.
And I imagine the tap lines are not up and running yet.
Not quite.
More's the pity. Well, in any case, my friend Mr. Neverember here told me that you have a bit of a predicament on your hands. Would you care to elaborate?
It just looks around the room.
Yeah, because I don't know this guy either.
Yeah,
sorry.
Kaita, this is like seeing. I mean, not with the implications that this, but it's like seeing like Bill Gates or Elon Musk. This guy is
Yeah.
fuck off rich.
Oh, hi, Mert, sir. We have a business. Sorry, let me start over. I'm gonna try again. We have this place, but to get it up and running and allow ourselves to occupy it and run a business in it, we need 1,250 gold. And we have none of that.
Yes, I see. The costs of running a business in Waterdeep. That's why I got into the business that I am in. Now, let me see. You had a surveyor come through here, have you not?
Yes.
He gave us a list.
Yeah, he holds out his hand.
Hands over the list. Or just
think
kind of nudges
also-
Rune to hand over the list.
Yeah, I think the list, and also if you allow this, having like a very cheap flask with some probably bottom barrel alcohol, just kind of handing it over and being like, "It's all we have right now, but I promise you'll get the top stuff as soon as we are up and running."
My dear, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to bribe me.
Oh goodness, no! Is that how bribes work?
He
With
opens the flask and
alcohol?
takes a swig anyway.
Oh well.
He says, "Give me a few
Ellie.
moments to pour over this, and we'll see if we can't come to some sort of arrangement. Your friend, Mr. Neverember, spoke very highly of you."
Oh, well, he hasn't bragged to us about us yet. Well,
Just leave me to my work, and I will be back with you shortly.
what you say?
Yeah, Renair kind of... Mert goes about his business. He pulls up a busted barrel to a rotting table and begins to jot down notes on the list that you provided him. And Renair says, Now, I know that this is not ideal. It's not a handout, surely, but a loan from Mert is... Well, it will stave off the vultures, and you may repay it in installments.
And what does that interest look like?
Mert and I are old acquaintances, so I trust that he will be as fair as he can, but this is his business, after all. Suffice it to say, there is no one else in the city who can furnish a loan of such size, and with no credit. So this may be your only option.
That
Is his business our business? How hands-on is he?
Mert used to be an adventurer. He still has quite a lot of sway with the Harpers Guild. He is, I won't say a gentleman, but he sticks to his word. And his business is legitimate.
Okay. I mean,
How does everyone else feel? I mean, I think this kind gesture from Mr. Neverember, I think, is going to be the best we're going to get.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
Yeah, I don't have any other ideas unless someone else does.
Do you know exactly how long we have to pay off these the loan or the installment? Is there a time frame that's a little bit more than 5 days? Because that would be great.
More than 5 days, certainly. Usually Mert takes his payments every 10 days, every month. It may take some time to pay back, but it will at least give you a little bit of breathing room.
Breathing room is what we definitely need. So,
Though I
I
do
mean,
hope it goes
with
without
it all-
saying that this is not the sort of payment you can defer.
Yes.
You see a massive rapier on Mert's hip that you don't think is quite ornamental.
I mean, if we're gonna be leashed, might as well do it to someone honorable.
we'll do our best, and will make sure that your word still stays golden.
Thank you. Now, I can't exactly furnish you with the means of making that money back, but I still have a few contacts. Perhaps I can reach out if you are looking for work. I can't guarantee how well it'll pay, but suffice it to say, as soon as the tap room opens, you might be relying on your profit for quite a while.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Amadeo
Thank
will
you.
slap him on the shoulder and say, "It's fine, as long as you promise to be the first customer."
And to come to slumber parties next time.
Well, I can't so much say that I would like to be cramped in a room again, but yes, you will certainly see me here when you open. And God's willing, it will be not that long from now. Mert's payments are prompt, after all.
Thank you for your generosity. Forgive me if I'm overstepping, but I'm a bit surprised that you are so willing to assist us, and not just with the initial payment. I mean, it's very kind, and I'm not sure if that's the norm. Is it? Rune looks to everyone else. Calypso.
Well, I mean, rare as a diamond.
You all did a good turn for that man, Floon. And regardless of what you've been saddled with, you also, well, were instrumental in my salvation as well. That I do not put a price on. So I will do what I can to assist you, and... well, perhaps it will do us all good. Everybody can roll me insight if they would like.
Would I trust this guy?
Oh no.
I gotta
roll.
change the way this
gosh,
dice looks.
that-
Oh
Maybe
my
I just need
God.
to change the way this dice
Have I
looks.
rolled
Get
above a
different
10
dice.
today?
He's just staring at him. being like,
Got
How do we change dice again?
You go into your settings bar. Kaita with a 21. There is something behind all of this. It's not anything untoward. It's very much a feeling of I am not my father.
Right. Okay.
That, you know, his charity will help him as well in the public image.
Yeah. You're a good man. Thank you.
He just kind of gives a nod, and he says, well, you must summon me when you are ready to open. I
We'll be
will
the
make
first to know."
good on being the first through the door. And with that, he kind of gathers his things, gives you all a nod, goes over, shakes Mert's hand, thanks him quietly, and makes his way out the door. Not long after, Mert stands from his work and makes his way over to you. And he says, he basically, in so many words and so much jargon, explains the terms of his loan offer. For the next, what would it be? It would be 6 months. Every month, you will furnish him with a payment of 250 gold pieces. That is more than 1250. That comes to 1500. But that is the price. That is the interest rate, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
He says either you can supply him with 250 gold pieces a month or with 85 gold pieces a 10-day. That is entirely up to you how you want to do it. He is only going to count it by the month. So basically, for everybody to know, all of your expenses are going to be marked by the 10-day. However, your rent payment or your loan payment is going to be every single month. So even if you get all your expenses covered, you've got to remember to put shit aside for your 250 gold payment. If you miss a payment, that's not going to be good.
You die.
Well, if you miss a payment, then he has legal cause to fight you for ownership of the building.
He'll probably win.
And he will probably win.
Okay.
But that is the offer. 250 gold pieces a month for the next 6 months.
That's pretty generous, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad.
Allegra, who is sweating, who is still in debt from the last place.
Yeah.
Hey, are we all ready to sign?
I'm just gonna go straight to work. Yeah, I'm great.
You're
Allegra
good?
just
Allie, you
grabs and
okay?
signs.
Okay.
Just gonna go straight to work right after this. Yeah.
Well, Allie, our work is this place now.
You mean to tell me that you're not just gonna get on a stage right after this?
Well, if this is going to be the best stage in Waterdeep, we have to work now on this place.
Well, I have to. It's getting money, right?
it is.
Well, we can't get money until this opens.
I know, but I think what Allie is saying is that she already has debt to pay off elsewhere. But we'll figure something out.
Me too, a marathon.
How much debt are you in exactly?
About Let me just do count over the 2 and it's 39 right now. Thanks to
39.
Calypso.
1,000.
Gold.
No, 39 gold
Gold.
pieces.
Gold.
Oh, okay. That doesn't seem. If we're working off paying 1,539, seems like we can manage that.
I mean, yeah, it seems like nothing compared to what we just signed on.
We'll
But,
figure it out. And we'll help you out if need be, you know?
But I mean, I do have I'm still working at Madame Selinka's.
Yeah, I think we all have our own business things we need to take care of outside of this, but we can just, you know, try to do both, I guess.
Exactly.
For the time being.
Double time.
Double time. Good thing I don't sleep.
Which is why I'm exactly gonna go do just that. So, good job. Thank you, Mr. Mert. She
Thank
winks
you.
at him, considering we just had this conversation in front of him. Super awkward. And I'm just gonna go get going on that. So have fun signing.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Allie leaves.
I'll sign.
Yeah, is everybody signing the contract?
Yeah, I'll sign.
Yeah.
All right. You have officially signed on for this loan of 1,500 gold pieces to be paid back over the course of the next 6 months. Mert, as a gesture of friendship, and probably as a favor to Renair, will take this money down to the surveyor's office immediately. And he will pay for this renovation himself. That way, you don't have to handle the money, you don't have to worry about transport of the money, and starting tomorrow, renovations may begin. I will tell you all right now, out of character, it will take a full 10-day for this bar to be renovated and ready to operate. Which means you've got you can still sleep in the place. It's just going to be, disgusting for a while. But you've got 10 days worth of downtime to do what you guys got to do. And I think that we're going to take ourselves about a 5-minute break right now. 5-ish minutes. Let's come back at 30 past the hour. And we will go into our last little chunk of the session and start figuring out. I want everybody to start thinking about what they do in their downtime. And let's start figuring that out. Welcome to the gameplay loop. You guys need to start finding some money.
Woo!
All
Let's
right.
do it.
We
We're
will
so
be
poor.
right back and let
You're
us
so poor.
come back at 30 past the hour. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, my friends, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are back. We are in so much debt. It's time to start
Yay.
figuring that out.
Yay!
All right, everybody. So you have a timeline. Basically, in the morning, it's actually quite late by now. In the morning, crews will start to arrive to start assessing the situation, and begin their kind of demolition work. So you guys are able to take a long rest if you would like to in your new house, unless you want to go anywhere else instead.
Long rest, long rest, long rest.
I'm gonna fix the door real fast and then add ritual alarm it before we long rest. but
Understood.
Yes.
Anybody else? Is anybody not long resting in the house?
Allie did not, because Allie left. She went to go to work.
Okay, so we'll deal with Allie going to Mother Salinka's. It takes a good hour and a half to get back there from here. Walking, obviously.
I mean, she doesn't have to get work at Mother Salinka's because, I mean, Michael, has Allie noticed, like, when she works at Mother Salinka's, does she hold on to her money better at Mother Salinka's? Or does money tend to disappear faster at Mother Salinka's?
I mean, it's hard to say.
Hard to say.
You've never had money in the first place.
Okay,
It's
that
hard to
bad.
say because every week you need to pay 10 gold to Mother Salinka for the use of the room.
Oh God! All right, yeah. So this is just horrendous.
I also keep in mind that some of your illegal goods are still stashed in your room at Mother Salinka's.
That's true. Maybe she's running to the room to kind of fetch the things, to kind of maybe to make use of the room for the final time. You know, do one of those things while getting what she needs to leave. You know.
Okay, so you're going back to Mother Salinka's. You're going to make your way there tonight. As you go in, it's getting late, so Salinka is out of office. She is in the main hall, kind of like what she did whenever you guys brought back all the unconscious people. She locks eyes with you, but doesn't really go to say anything, but just kind of like quietly shakes her head a little bit.
She just the eyes kind of stare at her, you know, for a brief moment, and then when the yelling does not start, she kind of nods very shyly, very demure, and she shuffles away.
Okay, you make your way up to your room. What are you doing?
Okay. She puts her hands on her hips.
Okay, I need to get the essentials. The bars. Where did he put the bar?
Roll me investigation. Where'd you put yours?
I think that she put hers under her favorite pillow by her perch.
Okay.
Okay, investigation. 19.
You eventually find it in a drawer in your vanity.
He didn't even hide it good.
She goes and she'll stuff it away after she grabs hers, and she will get the chest piece because it's shiny, and then she will go to grab her newly modded out canary cage because it's from her admirer. Does her admirer have a name yet?
Nope.
Okay. And she'll hug it and she'll be like, "Oh, so and so, I hope you don't mind that it got changed."
I think it's a secret admirer.
Oh, it's a secret admirer, okay. But she hugs it, and she'll kind of look back at the room one last time, and she'll say,
Well, it wasn't too bad. But it's definitely going to be a lot better. A lot better. Okay.
and then what I want her to do is actually she's gonna sneak. I want her to sneak to Madame Selinka's room.
Oh, to the office?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
17.
17? Yeah, you managed to sneak your way down the stairs and kind of slink around the side to where the office would be.
Okay, so what I want her to do is, even though this bar has to be sold somewhere else, you know, she's never gonna find me again.
Huh.
It's her problem, you know. But it's still payment.
Okay, so
What
you're...
Allie-
Yeah, go ahead.
What Allie wants to do is to sneak in there, and to possibly drop off, or to at least slide in the bar in the room, and then to slip off into the night.
Yeah, I'll keep that 17. You go in there. Do you write a note, anything like that?
Nope,
No.
How's she gonna know that you're paying your bill?
because everything of importance is gone from the room.
Okay, you drop off the silver bar, and you sneak out of the back. What are you doing now? You're outside.
She's free. She giggles. She flutters. Like, her wings, like, actually, like, flutter. And, like, she's not thinking about, like, leaving notes or anything like that. Like, she's just elated. And, like, she just literally flutters, like, down the street, carrying this dumb bird cage in her hand, in her arms. And she just will bound towards the North Ward,
Awesome.
towards her new home.
And I think by the time you get back, everybody's getting ready and settled in bed. Everybody may take a long rest. Not that it was necessary, but, you know, somebody got hit in the head with a chair leg.
Yeah, that hurt.
Just
Yeah.
one hit point.
You guys all take a long rest in the morning. The day is yours. The builders will be arriving soon to start assessing the place. What does everybody want to do? Let's start with the order that I have on my screen, which is Calypso.
Hi. So just question, is this for the day or is this us going into the 10-day sort of thing?
Let's call it the day for now.
Okay. I think for the day, it's gonna be a lot of like back and forth between some last minute cleanings. I think that Calypso is trying to figure out like who's going to room where. Just so they can put down like a bag and feel like that's a place that they can keep their bag, you know?
Right.
Like a permanent fixture. They want that permanent feeling for just a moment. And I think that this is probably going to happen over the 10-day, but I'll just describe it now. Day by day,
Well,
there's
unless
like
anybody
one more
has
little...
any, how about this? Unless anybody has any stuff that they pressingly want to do the first day, we can start going into the 10-day, and then we will start the cycle once the renovation is complete.
I think my only thing that was pressing for the day is, I don't know, but we can do that. I don't know how we're doing this.
Sure,
order.
we'll start with Calypso, and we'll see how it goes.
It was just going to be taking out like an item or two out of their bag and placing it like on the windowsill or on the desk every single day. That's all.
Sure.
Okay. Just feeling a little bit more permanent with that. I think with that also searching out a map of the city that possibly has a library or a place where they can buy / look at scrolls, spells, etc.
Gotcha. finding a map of the city is easy enough. Finding one that has businesses is going to be borderline impossible. They don't really exist.
Cool.
But there's nothing wrong with just asking around, exploring the neighborhood, stuff like that.
Okay, then I think I'll wait for someone else to look like they don't have anything to do and ask them to explore the neighborhood with me.
Okay. Let's get the base. Yeah, we'll go through everybody what their basic plans are, and then we'll kind of intercut between. Amadeo, what are you doing for this 10-day?
I said stage in my notes to you, but I think specifically, we need to have like a premiere show. Like, we need to have a show to premiere the grand opening, and it has to be a big deal. And so we don't have a lot of time. So Amadeo's going to be in like theater crunch time mode. Like, Amadeo's going to spend basically every waking moment trying to create like a set list and a list of performances, maybe even find some people to come.
Gotcha. Okay. How about Allegra? What's Allegra doing this 10-day?
I definitely think that Allie would have been getting herself situated to the North Ward, considering that is her new jam. So I think that she would be also of the same mind, in terms of like rebuilding herself like as a courtesan in that area. So if we're trying to build that towards the building, do we have a new name?
That's another
Good
question. Everybody, you need to think about what you're going to call this business. You could
Yeah, I
keep
think
you
that
could
would-
keep it Troll Skull Manor, but that doesn't sound like the vibe.
Yeah. So we can come up with a new name. I think, yeah, Allie would be also of the mind of gathering probably people people who want to have fun, people who want to, do entertainment, depending on how good she does with that.
Okay. How about Kaita?
I think the first day is just like moving her stuff over from the dock ward over to this new home.
Fair enough.
And then also, the two pressing things for her that first day is that, and then she doesn't really know how to get in touch with her employers, but like they gave her that thing that said, the gang activity at the yawning portal, prepare accordingly. And so she's like, I think I prepared accordingly, but I'm not really sure what they wanted from me there. So like kind of like she's gonna write a little questioning note about that and just like leave it on her still and like hope. One moment. And just like hope and pray that like they get it.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, I think it's also kind of exploring the neighborhood that first day and like trying to find work and trying to find some place to either repair things or just get some sort of coin.
Gotcha. All right, and Zephyr, what's your thoughts for the 10-day?
Yeah, I think Zephyr would kind of, with the whole like lone crunch time table, like personal investigations, and more so kind of dive into kind of like looking into a lot of the guilds and like what sorts of work they offer, rates, what sorts of jobs seem like they would be kind of effective ways of making us money, and also, not going to kill us, like the last job.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. Interesting stuff. Let's start with those of you who are exploring the neighborhood. Who wants to explore the neighborhood for at least the first chunk of these 10 days?
I mean, in terms of like exploring for business opportunities and like, where to go for what things in the neighborhood, I think I would want to explore for that purpose.
Okay.
Same.
So same. Okay, and I know Calypso, you had said possibly doing the same as well, looking for a bookseller. Amadeo, what are you doing in terms of trying to get an act together?
Well, you know, you need to have entertainment and need to have entertainment that's willing to perform for free.
That'll be hard to
Um,
find.
Yeah, no shit, as we all know. But I guess like for me, it would be Amadeo's selfish. So Amadeo wants to make a show that showcases their work. So
Mm-hmm.
I think what I want to do is just write a full performance piece and practice it and make it happen and then advertise it.
Okay.
Like give samples outside, like start busking almost like here's a
Gotcha.
free listen of this cool fucking set that is going to be performed at this new tavern that we haven't had the name for yet.
Yes. Okay. And then, Allie, you want to sort of establish you want to explore the area and establish yourself as a courtesan. What does that entail exactly?
Wow. There's a whole section of it in the book. If we want to look into it, but if we just want the down and dirty of it, we can just pull out my silly background information again. World's oldest profession. You can either give me 10 gold or information.
Gotcha.
That's based off your background.
That's your
Yeah,
background.
that's my
If you can
background.
find a willing partner, it's likely you can. You make 10 gold pieces for an hour's worth of work. Or you can get information. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So you're thinking of just freelancing it.
Yeah, well, at this point, you know, she doesn't know if there's any other, you know, like places. Like basically what she wants is that she wants to be more than just, you know, like a typical courtesan, you know, and she also hasn't really made it big as far as I'm concerned. You know, she doesn't have any big suitors or anything like that. So she's, as far as she's concerned, you know, she's only has herself to put herself out there. So that's where she's at right now.
Okay. I want, first of all, Allie, roll me a history check
Okay.
about your job.
About my job.
Beside it being illegal.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You have probably been, this has probably been drilled daily by Mother Salinka to all of her employers, or employees, rather. There is no such thing as there's no such legal thing as a freelance courtesan in Waterdeep. You must belong to a sanctioned brothel, or house of pleasure, as they like to call them on paper. You must report to a madam or you know, somebody whoever's in charge of that. It's a whole guild legal thing. Doing it on your own is deeply illegal if you get caught. It's also going to be a matter of sussing out the right place for this, because this is not the dock ward. It's not an this is like the most suburban that it gets.
God, it's too nice.
It's a little bit nice out here. So it'll
miserable.
take some hunting, but you can probably find some people who certainly can pay for it.
But it doesn't even like look like a place that she could like elevate herself to, because the other aspect of courtesanship is finding links through nobles and whatnot. So very interesting. So I think when she kind of sees that she maybe can't do it like the illegal way.
I will say there are a lot, and I mean a fucking lot, of noble villas in this area.
Yeah.
So there is, as far as like elevation to a higher class, it's certainly possible. How you're gonna do it, I don't know if your normal method would work.
Yeah,
But
it's
that's
definitely
up to you to
good.
figure out.
It's good intel.
Yes. So that's
Okay.
just your immediate, like, that is what you know about being a courtesan in Waterdeep, is that doing it on your own is illegal. If
Yeah.
you're just doing, the Night of Pleasure route. But
Mm-hmm.
you could certainly
You can become an escort.
I was gonna say you could become an escort, whatever that means. Whatever you want that to mean, whatever you make that. There are certainly enough rich people around that you could do. You could figure something out. But I know there's also that kind of performer aspect of Allie as well.
That she wants.
That
yeah.
she wants.
But she's just thinking like, okay, what's gonna get me money like right this second?
What's gonna get me money the quickest? Exactly.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you're in a place that's literally called Troll Skull Alley, it's not really an alley. It's more of a cul-de-sac. In terms of vibes.
Very interesting. Okay, cool.
So, you might need to do a little bit more figuring out. We'll come back to you, but that is your initial what you just figure out off the top of your head.
No.
For those of us who are exploring our own neighborhood, exploring Troll Skull Alley, we'll start with Calypso. You're looking for a bookseller's. Or a library.
I am. Yeah, bookseller, library, spell scrolls, all of that sort of thing.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Sick, dude.
Can I have advantage because I like books?
No. It's not a difficult check. It's just gonna take you, maybe a day or two. As you're exploring just the alley itself, you come across, and like all the surrounding areas. Where are you? Is that the right building? I think it is. At the far end of the alley, near this wonderful little fountain area, it's a little bit tucked away. It's a little bit hidden from everything, with this massive building that has a sign hanging out the front that says The Bookworm's Treasure. Bookworm with a Y. The front of this bookstore is adorned with a charming sign of a gold dragon curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls. Inside, the shop is decorated with beautiful hardwood, and the earthly scent of old books permeates the air. The library fills 2 floors of this 3-story building, and it somehow seems to contain more shelves than the building should be able to hold. The shop is managed by a short dragonborn of gold dragon ancestry, named Rishal the Page Turner. You enter the store, and just as the kind of bell jingles, you hear from off in the distance, one moment, I'll be there shortly, please. What do you do in the bookstore?
I'm trying not to get too excited. Taking a look around, seeing if there are, I guess just looking at, you said it's 2 stories?
It is 3 stories, but 2 stories
Oh
of
my God.
books.
Okay. I think the first thing that I'll do is, call out a little, hello. And just start, like, weaving through. I'm looking for history of Waterdeep, history of Troll Skull Manor, looking to see anything about the Neverwinters, I suppose.
The Neverembers?
In case... sorry, the Neverembers, yes, sorry.
Yes.
I am definitely looking for, sorry, I've lost my whole train of thought. Where are my notes? Pulling it up. Yes, looking at, any sort of spell scrolls that might be there. Even if they are costly, I just want to, like, see if they're
Yeah.
there.
Roll me an investigation
that's fine.
check.
Great.
There
Give
we
it
go.
to me.
You are in your element, finally.
Give me the books.
Books. You search around this place and you find all sorts of books. Books on history, books on the Neverwinter Cataclysm, books on the Lords of Waterdeep, you know, past, present, everything. And then eventually, as you're kind of taking a look around, Rishal will make his way over toward you. He seems to be a bit of like an old codger of a dragonborn. And he says, welcome to the Bookworm's Treasure. Let me know if I can help you find anything, my dear. I don't believe we've met. I am Rishal.
I think that they're so excited that they forget themselves and just have their own accent on as well. I'm Calypso. It's nice to meet you. This place is beautiful.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
You don't happen to I don't know, be a hiring or anything.
Hiring?
Do you need any help?
Well, can't say that I've considered much need for help. It's a little bit more of a library than a bookstore at this point. I live here myself. I've just opened my collection to people over the years.
Really? That's wonderful. It's just there's so much. How have you collected so much over the time? I mean,
A very,
goodness.
very long time, I assure you.
I think they just like very gently stroke one of the books on the shelves. It's lovely. I'm a bit of a reader, not much of a writer myself, but I enjoy it very much.
Well, then you've come to the
we're
right place.
new in town. Yes, we've just moved into the manor. We're fixing it up.
Oh, is that you
so-
that moved into the old manor?
Yes, it's a work in progress.
Yes, that
but
poor
we'll be
place
around.
has stood abandoned for near 10 years now.
Yes, what happened?
The owners moved away, I suppose, left it all. I can't say exactly why or what happened. I didn't exactly know them very well, but it stood for many, many a year condemned until it finally went up for auction.
Can I insight check to see if he would know a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. God, it's not on the cards for me to insight.
Yeah, his face is a little bit inscrutable, as wrinkly and lined as it is.
I think I just kind of waved that off. Like, I see. Oh, right. Well, we're hoping to bring a little bit back to it and maybe get it up and running again. But in the meantime, you said this is more of a library than a store. Does that mean people can bring them back? I don't...
My library of my personal books, I'm always remiss to part with them, but making a living in Waterdeep being what it is, they are all for sale.
I see. And how do you categorize them all? There's so many.
Oh, it depends by genre, by author's last name, by subject. We've got history, we've got magic, we've got social events, all that sort of thing.
I think that Calypso's just kind of running their hands on all of the books as gently as possible. And you're sure you don't need any help here? I mean, I wouldn't ask for pay if I could just read some of these.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. I know we need money, guys, but books are more important. I'm gonna be so real with you.
14. He says, well, I've never thought of it before, but I have a small library of that book on your hip. If you don't mind me asking, is that a spell book of sorts?
Oh, it just kind of covers it a little more. It is, yes, just an arcane focus, It just but I do love books.
So you
And,
are a wizard then?
I am always looking for new spells.
I happen to be a member of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors, you see.
Oh, have I heard of that?
You have. That creepy German dude was a member.
Oh God. Okay. I think I stiffen a little bit and then relax. Like, wow, that's impressive. So any of these happen to be? Sorry, I just threw everything off of my desk. Um, any of this just happen to be spells that could potentially be learned for the right trade, maybe?
Yes, of course. Let me see here. He kind of turns over and wheels out a small cart of well-loved books, we'll call them, with a little sign on it that says "Spells for Sale."
Rune's mouth starts watering.
Watering, Jesus.
Books. Yeah, I think that just with any possible way of did the persuasion seem to work at all?
That's what got us on this tack. Let's keep playing it out.
Gotcha. Okay. Those, yes, that's wonderful. And they're just for sale. They're not to borrow or buy part of the library. They're just. Do you need them categorized?
Times being what they are, I'm afraid I can't part with spell scrolls and magic books in such a way, but I do allow young wizards to come and copy spells for the right price. Though I do fear that my library is, lacking as of late. These things don't hold up as they used to, and as one knows, once a spell is properly copied, it tends to lose a bit of magic along the way.
Ah, I see, yes.
So I suppose if you were a wizard, and you were able to bring me more books, I would be able to pay competitively for them.
Oh.
Seems like this is the only service that makes us much money here, unfortunately.
Sure, actually. I can keep an eye out for that. I might even have a friend in the town that writes those, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, if you come across any scrolls, or any books indeed, please, think of Richal. We might be able to work something out.
I will. Thank you. It was very, very nice to meet you, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
Yes, I'm sure we
shall.
will.
I think it takes Calypso a little bit of time to try to get out, because just staring at... Yeah.
I have a whole list of spells that Richal owns that you can copy for certain amounts of gold.
Okay.
I'm not going to go through all of
Any
them
I can get for 8 gold?
No, the cheapest is 25.
Damn. Okay. What's the cheapest one?
Cheapest, you've got comprehend languages, detect magic, featherfall, find familiar, mage armor, magic missile, shield, unseen servant.
Okay. So some basic first levels.
Some first levels, they go up, I believe, up to 5th level. They increase exponentially in price.
I'm sure they do. Alrighty. That is all I needed. And I'm going to decide if Rune is morally corrupt enough to sell fake spellbooks. We'll see.
Christ. Yeah, you do have that forgery kit, don't you?
I sure do.
Great. All right, next up, let's talk to Kaita, who's exploring the town.
Yeah, I think Kaita's aim in exploring the town is basically just like seeing any place that there could possibly be where her services as like a tinkerer, like inventor, would proffer up any sort of money. You know what I mean? Like just looking for jobs, looking for any sort of gig, and also just kind of like getting a sense of the area in terms of like personalities and things like that.
Yeah, sure. As you're exploring the town, it's pretty easy to see during daylight hours, smoke and steam billow from many windows around a large building, an indoor forge, it appears, where metal weapons, armor, and tools are made. If you go to investigate, you will see a sign on the door that says Steam and Steel. Do you want to investigate here, or do you want to look somewhere else? Okay, cool.
I'll take a look here first.
Yeah, you head inside, and you can see at the back where this forge is happening, an interesting sight. I mean, maybe not terribly interesting to you, but interesting for kind of the layperson of Waterdeep. You see two men, a fire genasi and a water genasi, both working together to forge elaborate iron and steel weaponry and fixtures and furnitures, working together where the fire genasi tends the forge and the water genasi quenches the steel and molds it. As you come in, you hear the fire genasi shout out, "Just a moment!" And the other one shouts out, "Sorry, we'll be right with you."
Oh, take your time. It's all good. All good.
And yeah, as you look around, you see beautiful sculptures of wrought iron. You see weapons. You see armor. You see everything. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think in a similar fashion, just kind of like looking at some of the handiwork. She's like, she like obviously works with like armors and metals and stuff, but she also likes the just intricacies of like devices as well. So like she's kind of like looking at the different elements they have here and seeing if there's anything that could like be put together into something cool or that could add a magical effect. You know, like kind of like doing the thing where she looks and sees where she could fit into all of this if she were to offer her services.
Right. And since you're a bit of a tinkerer, there's not a ton of like clockwork anything happening here.
Right.
It's very much these are metalsmiths. But there is some very fine, like, you know, filigreed work and all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
Right.
That is fine enough, you know, capital F fine, that shows real craftsmanship.
Right, totally. Okay, cool. And then I think she'll just kind of wait for them to come to the front. Like I think she's just kind of waiting for an audience for the most part. But looking around.
Yeah, as the water genasi quenches the fire genasi's latest thing, latest blade, we'll say, quenches it in a vat of oil, kind of leaves it for a bit and comes up to the counter, kind of wiping his brow, and he says, "Well met. My name is Avi, one of Steam and Steel here. What can I help with you? What can I help you with?"
You guys have really gorgeous work here. Honestly, I'm gonna be really straightforward. I'm looking for work of any kind. I'm good with metals. I'm good with tinkering, and I'd be happy also. And she kind of like pulls out of her pocket just like some of her workings and stuff, like little tools that she's made.
Put it away. We're not interested. Embrick, please. Sorry, my dear. Please go on.
I was just, I'd be happy to, I don't know, I'm looking at some of your fine work here, and I'm wondering if there's a way I could potentially help you expand your client base a little bit.
Don't need no expanding. We do fine on our own. Embrick. Sorry, dear. Yes, please let me see what you're working with.
And she'll pull out like the like fine pocket watch that she's been working on, and she'll also just pull out let's see. Oh, she doesn't have any infusions going for the day, so she will go ahead and just like in front of his eyes just fashion like a little. Actually, she'll kind of point to one of the armors and go, "May I promise I won't depreciate it in value at all."
Go ahead.
And she'll infuse that with like basically strengthening the armor to make it more effective.
What does that look like?
Yeah, I think what it looks like is let's see. I think she will take out this is like kind of like she takes out like a brush like of kind of paint, but like not anything that would like stay on the metal or stain the metal, but like just kind of like ink. And she'll pull it out and she'll say, I mean, it's more effective when it's carved into the substance, but I don't want to, mar any of your work. And she'll just like paint in a couple of like runes, arcane runes, like into the side of the metal. And it'll like kind of like look like it glows kind of like an ember would and then fade. And then like the whole armor itself takes on kind of a new sheen, like it flickers almost like there are like flames within it.
Fascinating. You're an artificer, are you?
And I mean that's just temporary right there, but I do magical adjustments to work. I can make clockwork pieces for some of your more fine artisan things. I can make toys out of them for the local children to expand your client base that way.
Toys! Ah! Embrick. Apologies for him. My name is Avi. What is your name?
Kaita.
Very good to meet you, Kaita. Yes, this is very, very fine work. Is it possible to make something like this permanent?
DM question.
Yeah.
Like, not like for the infusions that are typical artificer class things, it's mostly just like you do an item like 2 items a day and those stay infused for that day, and then you change items or whatever. For in terms of flavor for world building and how an artificer might make a living, what is the ruling here? I don't actually know the answer to this question.
That is a 17th level artificer ability.
Oh, holy shit, never mind. Not yet. I'm still kind of in training, to be honest. I only stumbled on this kind of work about 5 years ago, so I've been just slowly working it up.
Well, either way, it is quite fascinating. But perhaps there is a world in which we could offer infusions, as you call them, in the store. Perhaps as a special service for adventurers, those that make their way up to the North Ward.
Even for you, it may not be permanent, but if you were looking for, I could come in on a day and just like infuse some of your tools around the forge to make things go smoother as well.
You're saying he can't work tools on his own?
No, not at all. I'm just saying that I could make more effective tools to help your work. Like upgrade the tools that you have to help. I'm sorry, I'm not great with words. I'm more of a book person.
That's fine, dear. That's fine. Yes, despite what Embrick is saying, I'm afraid I don't know if we have that much use for your services, but it is good to know that you say that you're in the area now.
We're opening up the, well, it used to be the Troll Skull Manor, but now we're going to be renaming it to something, I guess, but,
Troll Skull?
That's going to be our place.
That place has been abandoned for years.
not anymore.
Yes, well, we actually just received a missive a bit earlier today that we're going to be doing some contract work over there. I suppose that's you.
Yeah, that's probably me. Us. Yes.
Well, there's not much glamour in it, but plumbing is plumbing. Anything steel or cast iron we'll be able to provide for you.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Just a question before I head out. Do you guys know anywhere that might need my services in terms of pay? I'm looking for a job, to be totally honest.
Oh, my dear. Not anywhere here in the North Ward, surely, but
Okay.
perhaps you could offer your services out of your, well, your business.
Well, yeah, but we need some money before then. But I appreciate the advice, and we'll see you guys soon. I'll be on my way.
Take care, dear.
Thank you. And as she walks out, she kind of like mutters under her breath, like, "Oh, what a bust." Once she's out
Yeah.
of the store, and out of earshot.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to try to do in town for now?
Gosh.
I'll
I'm
let you
trying to
think on
of
it, and
any-
we'll
yeah,
move
yeah.
on
Let me
for
think
now.
on it. Yeah.
Zephyr, what are you doing in town? You said you're exploring?
Yeah, I would probably try to kind of gather some leads on the like dominant guilds in the area and like what work for them would look like.
Sure. Let me see here. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, let's see if I get above 10. Oh, well, asking you shall receive.
What did you get?
13.
13. As you kind of take an exploration around, there are not a ton of guild halls anywhere nearby. The closest guild hall is going to be way down south, still technically the North Ward, but the market near the Castle Ward has a few guild halls. But they're very niche. They're very like there's like the guild hall of the Council of Farmer Grocers or the guild the guild of glass blowers, you know.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. That's like it's like, you know, that's like going to a union headquarters and going, "Hey, you got any work for me?"
Yeah.
There's not really a lot in this area. It's a lot of businesses, but it's a lot of residences. Most of the businesses in the area seem to be in Troll Skull Alley.
Gotcha. So I was also, I guess, interested in looking for work that might not necessarily be fully above board and kind of seeing what those options might be in the area.
Interesting.
If I can even find it, you know.
Okay. You spend some time taking a look around, and you see in Troll Skull Alley, as part of a large building that I believe has multiple businesses in it, if I'm not mistaken, you see a nondescript building. That's only distinguishing mark is an orange and black wooden sign featuring a cat's eyes. It appears that you can't actually enter the building without knocking first or without like sending post. But you are able to, if you knock, the door will open for you. And inside you see a regal apartment, dimly lit by flickering oil lamps. You are let in after ringing the bell, and you see a large human man wearing a trench coat, a very sharp suit, and smoking a slim pipe. He says, How may I help you?
Well, I recently came into an establishment nearby with some friends of mine, and uh, along with that, we have quite a bit of debt in terms of renovations and upkeep that we need to resolve sooner rather than later. Um, I'm looking for some work for my crew and I. Do you have anything on offer?
Interesting. Tell me, you looking to do snoop jobs?
Depending on what they entail.
Welcome to the Tiger's Eye, kid. He explains himself. His name is Vincent Trench. He is a private investigator. He's lived in Waterdeep for years, and he does information jobs. He does like snooping. He does all kinds of stuff. Basically, if you need something found out, if you need intel, he will do it for a fee. Usually 50 gold is sufficient for most of his investigations. He does not currently have anything available. However, he kind of continues to grill you, and he says, "So you're adventuring types, is that right?"
Yeah. We recently came into the to the deed for the Troll Skull Keep. Or yeah, was that the
Troll
name?
Skull Manor.
Sorry. Manor. My bad. I will say that.
That old place. I was wondering who was poking around in there. I just assumed it was more squatters.
Not this time. So you don't have any work at the moment. But I feel like a man of your talents could be a very good business partner.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Damn it. Jesus Christ. That's a fat 7.
He says, yeah, I suppose so. I'll keep yous in mind if I've ever got anything that I need assistance with, but I'm afraid we got things mostly covered here, kid.
Alright. Well, noted. You know where to find me. And then I'll kind of just, I don't have a business card or anything to flip him, but I'll just say, my name's Zephyr, and we'll have a new name for our establishment soon enough, and I'll probably, you'll see me around.
You'll see me in there for a drink if you don't serve swill.
Well, that's the goal.
And he will just kind of like watch you as you go.
All right. Yeah, I'll leave. Or, well, is there anything interesting? Like, cause obviously there's Vincent, but just kind of like cursory glance around the room. Like, are there others kind of like in the space, or what? What am I looking at?
It's just him. It's just him in this this small. It looks like a fucking noir detective's office.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So does not. I guess I would just kind of, like, could we say like while the interaction's kind of ongoing, just kind of looking around, like kind of like, in moments where I don't think he's looking at me, kind of just seeing if there's anything interesting kind of on his desk, just to note.
Roll me investigation.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I never even did that.
Yeah.
I suppose I will leave.
All right, you get out of there. But you're slowly. Every one of you is slowly learning a little bit of something about the area at the very least. Let's go to Amadeo. Amadeo, you are feverishly working on your set list, but you say
Yeah, it's gonna be a masterpiece.
you say eventually you start busking.
Yes.
Roll me a performance check.
Sure. This is actually a good roll, so it has to be good.
Mm.
16.
What does this look like?
Oh gosh, it's gonna be almost like you know, like in the song Spectacular.
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, from Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yes.
Yeah, like we're gonna sell the show. We're gonna sell the place. I've probably, while I've been working heavily on my performance and my set list, I'm going to describe our new tavern, you know, and how cool it's gonna be, or whatever, in a song to get people to want to come.
Awesome. So you do that. Where do you do that? Do you do that in the alley, or do you go out to a main street?
I'm to a main street. I'm not gonna. The people in the alley know that we bought this place.
Right.
They're gonna see all the renovations happening. They're gonna know that something's up. So we need to go outside of our neighborhood, outside of our jurisdiction, probably along one of the main roads. And we're gonna perform.
Okay. Let me see here. You're gonna perform. You rolled a 16. I think that on the high road, you see you get a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people walking by. There are a lot of, you know, like buskers and vendors and stuff like that out in that area as well.
Yeah, but I'm better than them. So
You're better than you sing, you dance, you do your little thing, and I think you get enough people who are interested to kind of come up and listen to you and watch you. And a couple of times you get questions. When are you opening? You get questions like, "What's this place called?" And you get questions like, "Is this place okay for my kids?" How do you answer these people?
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I guess we haven't really decided the vibe, so I'm gonna have to just like wing it here.
Yep.
So, so Amadeo is gonna describe this place as a place of entertainment and fun. We'll play shows for the kids during the day, but in the evening hours, the adults get to play too. What was the other question?
What's this place called?
Fucking, I don't know. You will find out the name in a week. Come back again to see me, and you will see the name of our new tavern. That's gonna be super fun.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
Oh my fucking god. A 7? That's probably fair. I didn't sell it.
I mean, you don't have the answers to the essential questions yet. Clearly, this is a conversation that you guys are all going to have over the next couple of days. What is the vibe? What is on offer here? What's this place called? You know, how appropriate is it going to be for kids if you're doing burlesque Moulin Rouge kind of stuff? You know, is this a tavern or is this a family establishment? Certainly, it's not built to be an inn, so there's no, like, you know, you're not going to be getting rent out of anybody. It's just going to be a normal tavern. But how much is the performance space enter into all of it? But regardless, with the performance, you pick up 3 gold pieces in total from busking, and you think that you got the word of mouth out there a little bit, but you might have to do it a little bit more after getting some more of these ideas nailed down, if that makes sense.
Sure. This is a soft run.
It's a soft launch, yes. Do you have anything that you want to do in the alley, or you're working on your performance, so you got no time?
There's no time. I have to practice.
Okay.
It's gonna be wonderful.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be great. Allie, tell me again, what are you up to? Let's get you one more thing that we can do before we kind of reconvene. We won't call this the entire first 10 day because you guys kind of only did one thing apiece. But we're just kind of feeling it out right now.
Well, last we left off Allie, she was having culture shock in the suburbia
Yes.
of of the North Ward. And she realized that she could not do her courtesan thing by herself because that's illegal. And she was going through the moral anguish of, do I do things that are illegal because it's bad? Or does she try to keep it under wraps? And she has this thought, she's walking home, and she thinks this, she's kind of going back. Does she see this nightmare of a spectacular performance?
Let's say sure.
Okay.
It's not a nightmare.
I didn't actually say anything. You
Not
put
a fucking
words in my mouth. What are you gonna call it?
Call what?
This.
Right now it's a work in progress. Let's call it that.
Fair. I think that we should be honest about ourselves if we're going to be running this place. So I think if we're going to be honest...
You're right, I was flat.
Just say you hate kids.
I'm not gonna say I hate kids. What if somebody tells somebody else that I hate kids? Then everybody's gonna know that I hate kids.
You don't want their money anyway.
I mean, families have money.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to make music to families, do you?
No, I guess not. I want to make music that's going to be bold and different and
it's gonna resonate to people that like that kind of thing.
yes. Well, I've only been classically trained, so this is all new.
I don't even know what that means in Elfland.
There's classically trained musicians in places other than Elflands.
I know that, but it's different, I'm assuming, from Elfland, because elven musicians are...
Her feathers kind of like fluff up at that.
Maybe it's just you. But I want to make this place work. I think it's special.
Right now, it's a
And
special piece of crap, but yes.
I was going to say before you said that it was nice to see you invested, even if it was delivered a little flat. We can work on your pitch later. As for me,
She kind of like looks around.
I can't exactly get the right amount of attention. Not without finding another establishment to get stuck in.
Well, you can always dance with me. It's not like there's anything else happening and we need practice.
Are you actually going to let me dance with you this time? You didn't let me do it with you last time. Which,
Well,
I
it's
get
not...
it. You wanted the
Well...
stage.
Well, I mean, this stage is just a street. And it is a public street, and everybody can perform on it. So I see
Sure.
nothing wrong with you dancing. Besides, it might give me some ideas.
She looks up. You know, we can kind of run some ropes across the roofs. You know, we should make friends with whoever's next door.
You mean have a performance out on the street before in the tavern?
No, I'm just saying, like, this could actually be a legit performance space before we have an actual real stage. Have you never
Well-
actually performed in the street?
Yes, I've been performing for the past year. Just haven't gotten famous yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna make it extra famous because now we have a street. And if we're gonna put lights across here, we have to get permission from the people that live over there. Right?
I mean, I've heard of guerrilla performances. I've heard of avant-garde art. I've heard of,
Oh, they're our neighbors, though, so we might as well at least get to know them.
Fine.
Fine.
You need to sound more prissy if you're trying to make fun of me.
I'm not. I'm not. And she just kind of smiles. Like, her eyes kind of pin. Like, she's happy.
I suppose we can try and talk to, how do you say? I don't know about a tightrope. I don't have the acrobatics for that. I know that for a fact. But I can play you a nice ditty before you fall.
Wow. I appreciate the sentiment, but maybe it'll get somebody to notice me. If not, I can always just do something from the pretty windows from the aviary. I'll look like Rapunzel. Or whatever D&D
Yeah, you
variant
said
of
fantasy
Rapunzel would be.
Rapunzel is fine. I think that's all right. That's allowed to exist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're really looking for work, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there are people who get paid to go to parties.
That's like, I know, escorts. It's like the different side of things. I just wanted to be the courtesan that was loved and had all the pretty things and was kept and loved and squished and kept on a nice perch, and her eyes kind of like go off and faint. Whereas escorts, I feel like escorts, it's more of a one and done. I'm sorry, I'm getting attacked by a cat in real life. Sorry, I had to throw him on the ground. And then they just toss you away super fast. But I guess with being a courtesan here, I haven't really done well doing that either.
Oh?
I
You
think it's
either
how I
have
look.
to... Well, I mean, it's either you have to 100% commit to what you want to do, or don't. I am 100% committed to earning my money through my performance.
So that's why you don't pay me back.
Well, I haven't earned money through my performance outside of this 3 gold, so here, have 1.
She looks down at it. She takes it.
Consider it, me paying you back 1 coin at a time.
She nibbles at it to see if it's real.
Goddamn hope so, Jesus.
Okay. Well, Mr. or them's. I accept
Themster?
Themster. I accept your gold in payment. But we have to work on this together, which means we have to do routines, which means learning how to have a better pitch than that. And not talking about family-oriented shows. I don't think any of us want to be awake before 9 o'clock.
Fine. How about you give me a dance and show me what you would like to do, and then I'll make some music to go with it. We'll figure it out from there.
Okay. Last time I tried to do that, I was on a crane and almost fell in a hole, but alright.
And she will.
Are any of us walking by to give potential prestidigitation advantage or anything?
They're not on your street right now. That's the problem.
Oh, true. Okay.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Both of you give me a performance check real quick.
One last one.
One last performance.
For all the cards. The checkers.
Oh, Allie. Oh, Allie. Oh my god, Allie. Allie, who did you see? Who did you see instead?
Who did she see? An interesting question. An interesting question, because you see someone across the street watching you all very intently. And I refuse to give any more description until I think of one. So we're going to end it right there for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us for Fortune and Favor. You guys got a house.
We got a house.
And a whole
We got
lot of
debt.
debt. Yep. All right, let's go one more down the line. Let's pitch yourselves. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you're doing. And let's get the hell out of here. My name is Michael. I'm the Dungeon Master. Come back on Tuesday for our next Curse of Strahd game. Next up, Holland.
Hello, I am Holland. You can find me on Roll to Metal on anywhere you get your podcasts if you want to hear about old grandmas solving Agatha Christie murders with a little bit of Call of Cthulhu in there. As always, thank you for the wonderful session, Michael.
Thank you. Next up, we've got Jesse.
I am Jesse. You can find me here playing those games that were just mentioned. Not the podcast, that sounds fun, but Curse of Strahd, I'm also here, and I'm also a moderator on this channel, and I stream sometimes. This is what I do. Aha.
Hooray. Julian.
Hi there, I'm Julian. I played Allegra, who's very flustered right now, and I have a black cat that's trying to take out my kneecap. You can find me playing Strahd and Serpent Isles, and other games and stuff like that, and you can find me at Jackal and Hare Art on Etsy. Yay!
Hooray. Lainey.
Hi. This is Lainey. I am a voice actor, singer in the New York area. Currently, I'm swinging for Catching Fireflies, which is an off-Broadway show. I'm gonna be on January 16th, 17th, and 23rd. So come and see the show. Yeah, that's what I'm up to right now, and I'll keep y'all posted. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And Max.
It's me. I do so many things, so many that it would take too long to note any of them.
Sure.
So I will be the secondary pitch for all of my friends' projects. Go check out their shit.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Everybody, we will be back here next Saturday. Come back on Tuesday for Curse of Strahd. Come back on Saturday for more of this. Let's see what the fuck our funny friends do with their thousands of dollars of debt. All right, everybody. Thank you very much
Yay,
for joining me.
debt.
Goodbye. Everybody say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.